Bondi Beach. Every year, it attracts millions of visitors from around the world. Except this year.
We are effectively and immediately taking down the flags on all our 3 beaches. That's Bondi, Bronte and Tamarama.
For the first time since World War II, Bondi Beach was closed to the public. As the world was faced with a very different kind of war.
COVID-19 really is spreading rapidly across Australia.
We need to make sure the spread stops.
Social distancing rules made the sand off limits. Though some beachgoers would not be deterred.
Police pounced on this Bondi local, accused of going through a closed-off area at Ben Buckler Point.
The lockdown saved countless lives, but losing access to the beach took its toll on Australian beachgoers.
You know, my family and all my close friends have been using this place for years and generations, and then all of a sudden, you know, I had to play a role in closing that off from them.
Especially for my kids, them coming down and not being allowed on the sand or not being allowed in the water was really tough.
Yeah, definitely the locals felt like the beach was being taken away from them, and felt pretty sad that that was happening.
Months later, Australia is winning the battle against COVID, and Bondi is reopened for summer.
This is unbelievable. It's a really good feeling putting the flags up since COVID. Beautiful blue sky. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a crowd today.
Finally, we're back. Feet in the sand.
Just actually be outside and breathe in the fresh air and just lie in the sun and take it all in. Everybody needs to do it.
Bondi Beach, we're top.
The crowds are back, but not everyone is kicking their heels up.
Quite a few rips running on the beach, and it's the first big crowd of the season, really. It's, yeah, good numbers, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a pretty busy afternoon.
20 metres from shore, Whippet spots a man being kept above water by his mates.
You okay?
He's all right, he's all right. It just got deeper and deeper, and I was just getting pulled back, and it was just getting worse and worse. I was feeling the water come into my mouth, and then he came in the right moment, yeah.
First dip for the day, first rescue for the season. So, there we go. At least I'm off the mark.
There's a mirror current down here, so please stay close to shore all time. Thank you.
Volunteer lifesavers assist swimmers at the south end.
2 lifesavers, 4 girls, and a lot of water moving off the bank, so it wasn't the ideal situation for them.
As Will investigates, he realises it's not only adults who are in trouble.
As I was paddling out, there was a little girl that was on a sandbank just to the left of me. When I started paddling out, she looked fine, and it sort of kept her in my peripherals. Then I just saw her head going down and up, and I just thought, I can't leave her. These guys, they've got a flotation device, they're fine. This girl needs help straight away. She was such a sweet little thing. She seemed pretty calm, but she knew that she was in a bit of strife, so went on her way when we got in, and I think she was just happy to have boots on the sands.
Bondi is pretty much a circus at the best of times. We see the weirdest stuff down here, from the weirdest people showing off to just weird incidents.
Whether it's cars driving off the promenade. You know, fishing boats rocking up on the shore.
Lifeguards' priority is the water. But sometimes trouble can come from above.
I thought I was going to headbutt the wall for a sec.
When we first saw the paragliders, you know, we've seen them before. They normally come and land in Bondi Park, but this particular time they were hovering over Bondi, and it looked like they were gonna land on the beach or, you know, up in the park. Yeah, I think for beachgoers it's a bit of a spectacle. You don't come down to Bondi to see paragliders. You know, you see a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, but to see two blokes floating in the air, it's kind of a cool sight for people who don't come to the beach that often.
Flying isn't permitted over South Bondi. It appears that one of the paragliders has lost control.
There was one bloke who seemed a lot lower, just very abnormal heights for a parasailer, and as he came in, he was coming in hot. Yeah, I reckon that nor'easter that's just blown has just thrown him off course a bit. Paragliders generally, you know, when they want to come in and land, they turn in and face the wind, and it allows them to land really gently.
Wrapped in a web of ropes and nylon, crash landing into water can spell disaster for paragliders.
Is he going in the water?
Oh my God, I think he's going to go in. The fact he was coming in so fast, he hit the water really hard. You know, coming at that pace and hitting unbroken water, it's like jumping off a 10-metre platform, you know, into unbroken water, belly flopping. Hey, Gons, did you get the paragliders?
Yeah, I remember.
There's no sign of the man under the parachute.
Yeah, I knew Gons was down there. I kind of wanted to get him out there as soon as possible.
Lifeguards fear he may be tangled in ropes.
We could have fallen on top of him and he could have been, you know, unconscious by the time I got there.
Yeah, Gons, he's a really experienced lifeguard, so I think every single one of us in the tower had complete faith in him, and he paddled out there at a good pace.
You hit that water so hard.
When Gons arrives, he finds the man more embarrassed than injured.
What happened?
I just losing too much height.
He's gone.
That northeast wind.
Yeah.
Swung around. And yeah.
Just got here. I don't think I can drag it in for you. I'll give it a try. You can swim?
Yeah, I can swim.
Now Gons' rescue is a salvage mission.
Just go over the rocks over there if you want.
Yeah.
I'll see how I go.
I actually didn't think I had that much of a chance to get it over to the icebergs, but I went, I'll give it a go. This could be quite embarrassing.
Go, Gonzi. Get it in, son.
The man is lucky to escape unscathed.
Yeah, no, he was just chilling in the sky, and then he straight down, and then he just jumped, and then God. You don't often see someone fall out of a parachute into water.
So yeah, wind swung around too much and just sent it sinking air coming in. And there was like nothing I could do about it, you know. Thanks.
No, good man.
Maybe
you can tell us the story.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy things down here. That's definitely got to be up in the top 5.
This was an unplanned visit to Bondi by paraglider Addison.
So how did you feel when you were sort of plummeting towards the water?
Shit.
Now he's not keen to hang around for long.
What's next? The submarine's going to come into the beach.
Just another day down at Bondi.
Sun, surf, crowds. Everything is just right. Well, almost.
Oh, the battery's dead. Does this happen all the time? Because these things are on?
I've never had that.
We're not out of fuel, are we?
No. What are we doing?
Mate, this buggy's not starting. Like it's got a flat battery.
Mate, stick that thing on the thing.
You're probably going to have to give me a little bit more than thing on the thing.
There's a cord thing that goes on the knot thing.
There's a work key and then a normal key. It's doing nothing. I turn it off and then turn it back on and it just says nothing. It says PPS fault.
Mario, Bondi's first ever Italian lifeguard, is always ready for service.
Just push it so it maybe moves a bit and then see if it kicks in.
Yeah, go on neutral.
I'm just making them push it for no reason.
It's cooling off. You were too hot for the car.
If anything, we're getting like further away from getting it started. This is the first time you can really be Super Mario. As always, Muzza knows everything. So he goes, yeah, I'm all right, I'm Super Mario from Mario Kart. He's sticking his radio into the car battery and thinks it's going to work.
Maybe, you know, like the cable was a bit loose and it wasn't making the contact. So
You actually know how to do it. I know. It's so easy.
Take over, Muzz.
This should be a simple job. Connect the positive to the positive, the negative to the negative.
Muzz was so overconfident that he did get this started and be the hero that I thought I'd let him take his chance.
So black goes on the negative pole and positive, so red pole.
Turn it right off. Wait, sure that one's on. Where was that?
I just seen this red cable running next to the pole where I touched the jumping cable. And I touched the red jumping lead on that pole. And the black one on the other one.
What'll happen to your hair, Muzz, if you get electrocuted?
You gotta go straight.
When I saw the spark, I thought, oh, that's great. We got the electricity running. We're on.
Come on. Take it off, mate. Take it off.
The boys start saying, Mario, take it off. But I was scared.
Take it off.
And more coming, and all the jumping leads were start to melting, and then, I said, no, there is something wrong happening.
There's smoke coming out of the buggies. He's jumping around like a cat on a hot tin roof, and we're just all kind of sitting back, watching it unfold. Did that just melt that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's all happening.
Shouldn't happen.
Well, it shouldn't catch on fire, no.
Nah. Catching on fire is not what jump starting is, mate. Now, Muzz tried to jump start it and caught on fire. So, I'm gonna come pick you up.
Finally, Whippet radios for the lifeguard he should have called in the first place.
Mouse is actually an aeronautical engineer. He fixes planes for a living. So if anyone can jumpstart a battery, it should be him.
I was split up then.
Seen Muzzo, he's very quiet, very sheepish. He sort of had this question mark written all over his head.
Because I saw this one red.
That's English 101, Muzz. Red goes on red.
Yes. We need you, Muzz.
Yes.
See, all we need thought you blew the engine up, eh? I thought you did too. We know that Mario is not Super Mario from Mario Brothers. I don't think we'll be letting him too close to the buggies if they're in trouble ever again.
This season, as COVID restrictions put a strain on resources, 10 new lifeguards have been added to the service. Just 19 years of age, Max Milligan already has experience working as a lifeguard back in his hometown.
Prior to coming to Bondi, I was a lifeguard at Port Macquarie. It's where I grew up, and I lifeguarded there for 3 seasons.
But he's yet to crack his first rescue at Bondi.
I just think when you're starting a new service, you want to make a really good impression with the senior lifeguard. You don't want to be caught making a mistake when it really matters. It's life and death, this job.
Today, Max is on patrol alongside experienced lifeguard Wally.
His skills are great, like, can't take anything away from him for that, but yeah, I'm assuming he's just wanting to impress the people he's working with.
At the north end, Max's attention is caught by a swimmer near the rocks.
Saw a lady in the north corner getting sucked out in that rip, and I just told Wally that we should probably head down in the buggy, and we got there and I was in straight away. There's a pretty permanent rip that runs out against those rocks in the north corner. It can catch out a lot of people, especially being so close to the flags.
The woman is over 50 metres from shore and being pulled further out to sea.
When people are in rips, they can start to panic and change pretty quickly. She was definitely pretty tired, and I just thought I'd better get in there straight away and give her a hand before it becomes fatal. Jump on, jump on, jump on. Quickly, face the front. Jump on. Sweet.
Thank you.
Head towards the front and lie down, please. You all right? Are you okay? Did you swallow water? it was nice to know that the boys saw, you know, hopefully a good little rescue to start me off.
I think he did really well for his first rescue down at Bondi. I think he spotted it, he let me know about it, we went down, he got in nice and quick, and he was very caring towards the patient and whatnot. He checked in on her multiple times, so I think he did well for his first rescue.
Bondi's lifeguards are called to incidents all over the beach, but one place sees more action than anywhere else.
Yeah, our Lifeguard Tower at Bondi, it's the nerve centre of the beach, where we work, where we all use as our office, and it's a pretty unique building for Bondi.
Hey, mate.
We have people knocking on that door all day, every day. You know, if you spend enough time in there, depending on what the knock sounds like, you can almost predict what the problem is on the other side of the door.
Oh, hi.
My friend is walking. He's just dislocated his shoulder.
Where'd he get you, mate? On your knuckle there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, we'll put this on. Magic stuff on it, eh? Okay, it's going to sting, but you're probably going to start feeling it in your glands on your arm.
It's just like...
God, you're brave.
He's been super brave.
I'd be screaming.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time in it. Rainy days, it's 12 hours in there a day. You really get to know your workmates sitting in the tower for a day, and that's the good and the bad of everyone.
Get to know who leaves the dishes in the sink. You get to know everyone's unique personalities pretty quickly.
Imagine all the brain cells I'm killing right now.
Nothing's off limits in there. It's a crazy little world in that tower.
Our job is very, very serious a lot of the time, but at the same time, you need to have that bonding so you can work as a really good team, and it all happens in the tower.
What do you got for me today, skunk?
It's like a big family. You have like lots of brothers. I always describe the lifeguard service as like a football team or a high school group or something, and that's our like little courtyard. That's our lunchtime area where we just get to know each other and share old school stories. And that's just where we bond. Yeah, it's great.
As much as we bag each other and we take the mickey out of each other, it all comes from a good place. All those sort of special moments, they all happen in the tower.
Happy birthday to you. That's pretty happy.
In a summer like no other, Bondi's lifeguards are turning to each other for support.
It's a special place, and I think it's where the team and the camaraderie of this place is really built.
So lifeguard service is finished for the night. We ask you to come out of the water, please.
You look really good with a microphone in your hand. You belong in a punk rock band.
100%. Good to the shot corner, I'm another player. Coming in. Shut the door, let's go. More.
Back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is well.
Bondi Beach, Australia's most famous kilometre of sand, is open for business, even if everyone is socially distancing.
The guys moving all down further to the south.
This year at Bondi with COVID, we have no tourists essentially, but we still surprisingly had a massive number of expats down here. They're probably talking to their families and friends back home that aren't doing much at all, and they just realise how lucky they got it here and they're making the most of it, being at the beach.
Snowy weather all the way again, and it's not great in lockdown. Typical Manchester, eh? Yeah, it's sunny here and I'm at Bondi Beach. Sorry to have been.
Every season, Bondi takes on a handful of new recruits. For many, it's their first time working as lifeguards. This season, 20-year-old Max is making his debut.
He's come over from Maroubra Beach. He's a surfer, one of 10 new lifeguards that we got on board here at Bondi, but he's one of 2 with 0 lifeguard experience.
I've definitely got something to prove. I want to prove myself to all the older boys and show them that I can be a good lifeguard down Bondi.
A few weeks into the season, and Max is itching to do his first rescue.
Pretty keen to get in the water and grab someone on the board and take them into shore and see all the boys on the beach.
It's definitely a rite of passage down here at Bondi to accomplish your first rescue and get it under your belt. A lot of pressure on him, a lot of people watching him.
Late afternoon. Max is in the tower with Chase when he spots a man in Backpacker's Rip.
This bush in the rip. No, he's getting swept out. Yeah. It's just here.
He's still there. One guy down. Go.
Yeah, as I grab the board and I'm running into the water, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I hope this guy can just stay afloat and hopefully I can get to him in time. The adrenaline's definitely pumping. I was definitely pretty nervous. I know there's going to be eyes on me for my first rescue. There's going to be a lot of people there watching, I think.
Why you got it?
Yeah, that's my first rescue at Bondi. Yeah, finally got my feet wet. Yeah, I'm back on shore with Chase, Jethro, Skeeny, and they were all pretty stoked for me, I think. They've all had a few rescues, and I was lucky enough to get one in front of them.
That's his first one. That's a good one. He spotted it too. He looked on and dash.
He goes, I can't wait to tell my mum and dad.
Yeah.
Man of the moment. I've never said that at all. I'm going to tell mum over dinner. I can't wait to tell my mum and dad. They're going to be so proud. Yeah, bro.
My mum was pretty happy with me. She was proud. Proud moment.
He's frothing.
Nah, it's been a good day down here.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Sun's gone.
And if Maxi is that close to mum and he gives her a call after a rescue, then what a great family environment. God bless him.
Unreal.
Tomorrow we'll do it again.
Do it all again.
As well as performing rescues, Bondi's lifeguards are expected to have a wide set of specialist skills. From sea urchin extraction...
Sorry, it might hurt just a little bit, all right?
Yeah, fine.
...to pain management.
You got start.
Yeah.
Let's see. Through this.
But there are some jobs which are far more confronting than others.
Body retrieval is just that no-hope style scenario, you know, like it's a lose-lose situation, you know, you've got to go and deal with what can be quite horrific. It is a person.
Every season, lifeguards are faced with numerous body retrievals.
It's something that I had to go through last year down at North Bondi. Basically, a Russian couple ventured out to North Bondi headland. They went too close to the edge in a cyclonic swell, and an 8-foot wave came, knocked both of them over. He fell into the water. 10 minutes later or so, me, Beardy and Jake, we see the body, and me and Beardy dive down. I grab it by the ankles, put it on the mat, and we drive up to the boat ramp and hand him over to the ambulances, who declared him deceased, basically, not long after. Difficult circumstances. There was a lot of people around at the time. His wife was there. Like, it was just a horrific scene. 15 minutes ago, she's with her husband. Next minute, like, I can't even imagine.
Lifeguards prepare for body retrievals by running practice runs.
Look, I'm just up at North Bondi and I've spotted someone struggling in the water off the boat ramp.
Today, Beardy has included new lifeguard Max in the drill.
It was just a mannequin, but it was still pretty real. Like, it was definitely heaps heavy to get it onto the sled and get it back to shore and run it up the beach. It was still pretty real in my eyes.
So it's just good to see where everyone's at, build us up as a team and really get that glue in there so when it does happen, we're ready to go.
Hey guys, we'll stop the training there. Good work.
Mid-afternoon. Chapo is in control of the tower when a call comes in from the public.
200 metres east, out to sea.
A body has been reported in the water near cliffs at North Bondi.
Yeah, well, we can send a jet ski around.
Will and Mario respond.
Bondi Central to Kayla, just so you know, we're launching the ski for a possible boarding around in front of North Bondi.
My personal feeling about body retrievals, it's a job that no one wants to do, but it's a job that has to get done. You have to be ready.
Bondi jet ski, come in. So that was the location, about 200 metres off the rock.
So the golf course is up here. As we were approaching it, I sort of was standing up over the back of Muzza, and I just gave him a tap on the shoulder and I said, you know, mate, you good? You ready?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Muzza's checking if I'm all right, I'm checking if Muzza's all right. If you can do that, you're a strong team and you can get through it. Mario spotted it first and it was just a white head bobbing up and down. Yeah, you feel a bit numb.
He's here, he's here.
Mario and Will identify a shape in the water.
That's not a white, it's white.
Yeah, the moment that we realised it wasn't a dead body and it was a marker buoy, it was instant relief. It was like a bad situation that's just turned into a fairy tale.
Yeah, we found an old buoy.
Chapo informs the member of the public who first called in the report.
Yeah, there's a marker buoy out there they've found. So we'll just stand down. Yeah, got the call, sent the jet ski, problem solved, no body, just a marker buoy and everyone's happy.
When we were about 60, 70 metres away, we just saw like this floating up. And because it was all the barnacles on it, was all white, it looked like a head.
Yeah.
And the way it was floating, our hearts just sunk and we're just both going, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And we got up to it and then everything just went, sort of disappeared. We're like, thank God it's not a body. So it's a good day.
Weather has a huge impact on the work of lifeguards.
Rough weather usually brings big waves. The winds bring in the blue bottles, the rains bring in the pollution, and the storms also bring in the lightning.
This season, La Nina has hit Sydney. It's a weather cycle that causes wet days and spectacular lightning strikes. Years earlier, during a storm at Bondi, a man was struck by lightning directly in front of the Lifeguard Tower.
I've gone up to the viewing platform and saw this guy just laid out. And so we basically went into our CPR mode. It's made me more responsible around storms.
It's terrifying, the lightning, and you know, I've experienced it firsthand. I brought an Irish doctor back to life.
To learn more about the danger lightning poses to beachgoers, lifeguards have invited meteorologist Tom Hoff to Bondi.
Is the beach one of the most dangerous places to be when a storm comes through?
It's worse to be in the water because there's a lot less that you can do when you're in the water. When lightning strikes hit water, they kind of spread horizontally across the surface. There's no set distance that we know of for how far away from the point of contact you'd need to be before you're safe. With this one being on the beach, again, quite possible here at Bondi. The best place for you to be then would be either in a building or in your car, not touching any of the metal surfaces in the car. Just sit in your car until the storm passes.
Lifeguards must be prepared in case another beachgoer is struck by lightning.
The Irish doctor that Chapo and I resuscitated, he came back to the tower before he went home to Ireland with his girlfriend, and he was still in a wheelchair months later. And he basically said all his systems got short-circuited.
Yeah. Like, I think it's only a matter of time down here before someone else gets struck.
A stormy summer is not what Bondi's lifeguards ordered.
It is cold and
it's really weird. There's hardly anyone around, you know, and this is the time for everyone to be celebrating their holidays and sunbaking, but there's no one here.
Well, obviously, the hot days bring the people with the workload, and then the wet days, less people, less workload, but it doesn't mean we can put our feet up and relax. It still brings plenty of challenges, that bad weather.
At the north end, a bunch of kayakers have reported one of their companions missing.
North to Central. Go ahead. We've got two paddlers that have come from Malabar. They're going to meet at Ben Buckler on the way to Camp Cove. They left before one of the guys. They've been here for about half an hour and he hasn't shown up.
You got a life jacket today?
Yellow hat and an orange vest and life jacket.
Yeah, so there's two concerns at this stage. One, either the patient has fallen off his ski and he's swimming around in the treacherous conditions. The other situation would be that he's overshot Bondi and he's turned around and he's paddling into it. You know, there's a really strong southerly wind and southerly swell, and to fight against that would be an absolute nightmare.
The kayakers started their journey 10 kilometres south of Bondi and haven't seen their friend for close to 45 minutes.
Yeah, copy, mate. We're having a good scan now.
Harries instructs the team to send an emergency message to all lifeguards along the coastline.
Utilise all your resources. Contact Tamarama, Bronte, obviously tell them on the radio you want to contact Coogee Lifeguards. Ask them if they can see a ski. What we're trying to do is put all controls in place.
Kayaks and skis are easily capsized in these conditions.
The best, the most defensible measure right now for us is ice, all right? We've got assets everywhere along the coastline.
A big ocean journey heading from Malabar all the way down to Bondi. You become quite vulnerable out in the open ocean. When you're going out for a search and rescue, there's so many things that are going through your mind. You're thinking about the worst case scenario. I was potentially thinking that we'd be looking for someone floating out in the ocean. Then it is a massive threat to any ocean paddler being out in a storm cell to get hit by lightning. You just don't want to be there.
Just heading down about 200 metres north of Ben Buckler.
Soon after passing Ben Buckler Headland, Harries makes a sighting.
Yeah, we got him. It's about 200 metres around to the north. We're going Ben Buckler. Yeah, copy that.
The kayaker overshot Bondi. Now, to get back, he has to paddle against the powerful southerly wind.
I decided to chaperone him in because I know after all these years, things go wrong. And I knew as soon as we got to the wave zone, with a large ski, that ocean ski is just going to get destroyed. Oh, yeah, he's off. Jump on the sled. When you're out in open water, big swells coming through, Mother Nature owns you.
Fortunately, the situation isn't far worse.
Here we go, happy ending.
Yup, Bondi! We love Bondi!
Christmas Day. It's traditionally one of the lifeguards' busiest days.
Hey, Merry Christmas!
But this year, only the hardiest beachgoers are braving the weather.
I can imagine if it hadn't been the weird year, it would be so busy here. But it's obviously not really that busy today. Feels more local, even though we're not local.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Day and the weather's not as nice as we had hoped, but we came for a swim anyway.
Merry Christmas!
Some of Bondi's lifeguards are getting a Christmas visit from family members.
Oh, some Christmas chocolate. She's 6 months. It's the first day at work, first Christmas. Hey.
Obviously, Santa has come down to Bondi. I've got my two boys arriving.
Harry's wife, Emily, has brought their two sons, Billy and Leo, to get their presents from Santa. The ultimate Christmas present for any Bondi kid is a new surfboard.
Come on. Here. Come here. I got you. Is there any presents here? There we go. Look at your board. How cool. Do you like it? You want a board? This. You don't want it? So can we give these boards away to another kid? Yeah? Yeah, he says yes. Oh my God.
We love Bondi!
Just behind the beach, Bondi's outdoor gym is a magnet for bodybuilders.
The atmosphere is very good. Everyone's just like keen on health and fitness.
Incidents at the gym are rare, but on occasion, accidents do happen. Jake and Harrison are at the north end when a report comes about the gym.
What? Fell a bit badly, landed on his head and yet.
11-year-old Ollie and his mother Melissa are visiting Sydney from the country town of Orange.
You want to lie down?
Let's try not to move your neck, okay?
My neck just feels like big and...
It turns out it was quite a fall and had some pretty bad neck pain. Stand up, try not to move your neck, okay?
We've recently had a very good friend of ours who had a neck injury and that's been dire, so yeah, we are worried, yeah.
Ambulance be here, so check you out.
You're all right, mate.
The risk of life-changing injuries are a real concern. Harrison does his best to keep Ollie calm until paramedics arrive.
It's time to tell the boys at school to go back, eh?
And it turns out, Ollie is a cricket fan.
What about the time Australia did the underarm bowl to the Black Caps?
Richie Beno wasn't happy about that.
No, he wasn't, was he? I don't even know who Richie Beno is. I don't know anything about cricket, I don't like it, but what I do know, me being a Kiwi, that in 1981 there was a certain underarm bowl, and I had to use that as an excuse to keep Ollie's mind off his neck. Ambulance be here, so check you out.
You're all right, mate.
Yeah, it was getting a bit uncomfortable for him.
What's happened today? So he's fallen on his neck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once we do treat it as a spinal, there's a process we have to go down. See, supporting the neck, collar, spinal board, bed, then to the hospital.
So this will have a look at your heart rate.
My heart rate's probably only like 100, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'll give you $10 if it's faster than that.
Deal?
How about that? That's a deal. 78.
Oh, you gotta pay up, Ollie.
Yeah. Close, but not quite.
And especially it'd be daunting, you know, not being able to move and that collar coming on. It's not nice for an 11-year-old. So Ollie was a legend, and yeah, he took it like a champion.
His hands go by here, and he came off, and he tumbled backwards and compressed his neck. And he was lying here in agony, and that's when Harrison came.
After undergoing a CT scan, Ollie was discharged from hospital. The following Saturday, he was the top scorer in his under-12s cricket match against rival town Dubbo.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything's gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
On a beach with thousands of swimmers, lifeguards must choose exactly where to focus their attention.
As a lifeguard, I've always tried to keep an eye on the flags more than anything. That's obviously the safer place to be swimming. You've probably got like a 20 to 30 metre gap of people sort of being in different areas of the flags.
Only the best swimmers venture out beyond the waves. Usually, they're bay swimmers doing laps of Bondi.
We know we can see when people are swimming well, but every now and then there's always one that you've got to keep an eye on.
11 a.m, and crowds of beachgoers swim near the shore. no one in near sight needs help.
Lifeguards, Corey speaking.
A lone swimmer has been spotted several hundred metres from shore near the shark nets.
Oh, yeah, I see the guy. I see him. Mate, thanks for that. Mate, there is a guy so far out. Central to the guys on the beach. There's a dude, he's in between the yellow marker buoy and the shark nets, and he's not swimming real good.
A person treading water so far from shore is clearly not a bay swimmer.
To be swimming to the shark buoy, that's a fair swim for someone who isn't a particularly good swimmer.
Yeah, I'm happy to go, cause.
Yeah, hey, he's got 2 hands up, mate.
Max is in his first year at Bondi.
Being that far out, if you're not a strong swimmer, there's no way getting back to shore.
He was swimming out in the middle of nowhere.
Volunteer lifesavers have an inflatable rescue boat already in the water.
Cause it's the IRB in the water, so we're just in them. Yeah, that'd be great.
With time critical, the IRB is directed to the man.
Saw the IRB pick up the patient at probably about 100 metres before I got there, but I was still worried about the welfare of the patient, especially being that far out to sea, so I decided I would signal the volunteers down and perform a welfare check on the patient out in the water.
The IRB makes the rescue, but heading for shore, it stops.
So the IRB had stopped moving, and I'd sat off my board to have a look at what was going on, and I was wondering if they had started performing first aid or CPR on the patient. With the chop in the ocean that day, I actually couldn't see the patient in the IRB. When I saw the patient sit up and I saw he was conscious and breathing, it was a sigh of relief.
The IRB has broken down, so the volunteers hand the patient over to Max. 18-year-old Alex is conscious but disoriented. Now, Max faces a half-kilometre paddle back to shore. It remains unclear why Alex was so far out.
It was a weird sort of state he was in. He was sort of aware of his surroundings, but at the same time, he was so tired and so confused.
After an exhausting 1 kilometre round trip, Max finally gets Alex back to the beach.
When he walked out of the water, you could just see he was exhausted. He didn't look like he was in a good way.
Just come up there and sit down with us.
Let's take him up.
I'm pretty concerned, hey, like, he seemed very confused and out of it.
You alright, buddy? Who'd you come down here with?
No one.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
And how did you swim out there?
Yeah.
Why?
So I thought I'd make it back.
Okay.
It's quite common for patients to act a bit abnormal when they've been through an ordeal like that.
As Jack focuses on Alex's condition, he looks for answers as well.
Where did you start in the water?
I started from the shore.
Here?
Yeah.
And you just swam out?
Yeah.
You just kept swimming?
Yeah. Well, I realised I was running too much out of first, and I thought I just swam back. I thought I feel I was drowning big time.
You reckon you've been out there since 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Alex told us he'd been out there for an hour, hour and a half. If you've been out there that long, you're looking at things like dehydration, sunstroke.
Hoping to improve Alex's condition, Jack administers oxygen.
Just breathe normally. Just take it nice and easy there.
He's exhausted and not thinking clearly. The oxygen therapy treatment will help him recover from that.
Alex is from Liverpool in Western Sydney. A 1-hour trip from Bondi that requires 2 trains and a bus.
Is there anyone that can come pick you up?
Give him after a few minutes, it should be all right.
Alex doesn't want to cause his family trouble by driving all the way to Bondi.
I'm not even calling anyone, come pick me up.
But Jack insists he speak with Alex's parents.
I won't ask anyone to come. What if I just speak to someone that you know, just so they know you're okay? Can I do that?
You promise.
Promise. Hi there, my name's Jack Curtis. I'm calling from the Bondi Lifeguards. How are you? Are you Alex's mother? Everything's okay? Even if they don't like it, sometimes we just have to do what's right and ensure they get home safely. He's insisting on not calling anyone, but I don't think he's okay to get public transport himself. That'll be great. I'm sorry, I know it's a bit of a long drive for you, but I'm just not okay with putting him back on public transport.
As Alex overhears the conversation, he becomes agitated.
Bye. Alex, Mom insisted on coming to you. Okay, she's not upset. You're not in a good enough position to be getting public transport. Just relax. Yeah, things escalated pretty quickly. She has to come. You're not in an okay position. I just said, relax, mate. We're here to help. Just stay calm. Just take it easy, buddy.
I'm not going to take it easy. I need to stop talking for once.
So once we have a patient, we have a duty of care to make sure they recover fully and that they can get home safe on their own.
Get the camera.
Hey.
Mommy? 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 Can you go home? So I said to her, look, Mom, please, I'm fine. Are you sure you will go home right now? I don't want my parents to come this far. I don't care what happens to me. I can move by them to myself. And driving this far for my mistake, I just can't do that. I just can't. I won't be alive.
Sometimes the patients feel like they're okay and they're ready to leave. They'll get up and then they feel sick again. So you just need to monitor them until you're happy with their condition.
After oxygen therapy, Alex's condition has improved. And he apologises to Jack.
How you doing now, mate?
Yeah, my bad.
We're just looking out for you. We're happy you're okay.
Yeah.
You feeling all right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
He seemed like a really nice kid. At the end of the day, I've just got to do my best to make sure that he leaves in a good enough condition to get home on his own.
On weekends and public holidays during the summer months, volunteer lifesavers, affectionately known as Clubbies, assist Bondi's professional lifeguards.
Bondi Lifeguards look after the beach. We set up the flags. We are in charge of the whole beach. And the surf lifesaving come under that, and we work great together, but we call the shots.
At South Bondi, lifeguards and volunteer lifesavers are monitoring poor swimmers near two rips.
It was an outgoing tide mixed with 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which was the busiest period. And yeah, so it's a recipe for trouble.
As a volunteer lifesaver heads toward a woman being helped by two stronger swimmers, Jackson spots someone in trouble further out.
Yeah, so I noticed a lady. She was trying to swim, but it was actually quite strong that day, and it was pushing her out to sea quite rapidly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
If you fall off the sandbank usually and you're not the most competent swimmer, you're going to find yourself in a bit of trouble and you'll probably get taken out to sea and panic.
Grab on. Pretty strong, eh?
Once she got a hold of my board, I could see the relief in her eyes.
You right? It's okay. Jump on. You need to jump on the board.
The woman struggles to climb onto the board.
I think she may have just been so tired that she needed to first have a rest.
We need to get you on.
As I was trying to get the lady on the board, in the corner of my eye, I see a red and yellow volunteer surf lifesavers cap. I thought, well, why not use him? And I'll try and get him to help me get her on the board.
You want to just help her get on my board? Yeah, sweet. Let's get her on.
It appears the volunteer lifesaver wants to do more than just offer assistance.
This board, if you want, behind you. Here, jump on, and then you need to face. All right, she's on with you. There you go.
And then before I knew it, she was gone. She'd latched onto the other bloke's board and she'd left me high and dry. It sort of never happened to me before.
Mate, just pinch him from me. Yeah, South Essential, what about that? The Clubby pinched her.
Yeah, I had a visual of that deputy, mate.
He was more in a sort of age bracket, so she took more of a liking to him. So I got brushed and she must have seen a twinkle in his eyes because she was straight onto his board.
She obviously thought yellow was a better colour and jumped on my board.
Minutes later, as volunteer lifesaver John continues to patrol the south end, Jackson spots two more swimmers struggling in the rip.
Yeah, just those swimmers, guys, those two out the back, just swim across and onto the sandbanks. Don't swim against the rip.
I didn't think they would need of urgent assistance. I actually thought that I'd be able to direct them through the speaker.
Just go the other way, swim this way. Where I'm pointing.
Before I knew it, eager Johnny was out there again. I saw him charging in. I thought, you know what, good luck to the man.
Here comes John. Keep swimming that way. You'll be able to stand up. You just keep going that way. Keep going, guys. You're nearly there. You'll be able to stand in 2 seconds.
John arrives just as the swimmers reach the safety of the sandbank.
They happened to pay attention to me this time and John got snubbed.
I reckon I just got one back up on him. He's gone out and now he's coming back empty-handed.
Seconds later, a much more serious situation is unfolding.
Yeah, I'm going to go in for these kids.
It's when you see kids going under, you don't hesitate. You know, like that, you're just straight out there. They were in quite serious distress, so my first priority was just to give them something to hold on.
The boys cling to the board as the rip takes the group further out.
And I see my mate John again, he pops up. Can always count on John. So he was on his way out and I thought, you know what, this time it's going to be perfect because there's two patients. He can take one and I'll take the other one in. I was just so happy that he was down there and he was doing his best. You know, those guys, those take time out of their day. They're volunteers. At the end of the day, we've all got the same goal down here, and that's just to avoid fatalities down at Bondi. Now that I've got a good relationship with John, if I see him down the beach again, we'll have a laugh and we'll get back to work.
Whether it's the sand between their toes or the surf against their skin, people come to Bondi to experience nature.
We love Bondi!
But just behind the sand is another place to play, only this playground is made of concrete.
Bono Skatepark is a world famous skateboat. It's beautiful, it's on the beach, people want to go there, kids are frothing, and you have people of every ability level in there, so things are bound to go wrong.
If someone's injured in the big bowl, it's a tricky situation to be in. We've got to get the stretcher in there, and it takes a lot of manpower. Even members of the public come and help us out, and we try and get the injured person out.
How are you, mate? Are you all right?
Today, Chapo is attending to Reese from Western Sydney. The 19-year-old has dislocated his shoulder.
Sitting down. Don't use this arm at all. No. Is that better? Oh, better? No. Bondi Central. Can you just get an ambulance to the skate park?
Chapo is ready to administer pain relief. Until Reese reveals he's had his fair share already.
Just some chewy. I get 4 schooners, a plate, and a Jaeger bomb.
Okay. You don't need a green whistle.
He didn't seem like he was in too much pain. He seemed pretty relaxed with the whole thing.
At the hospital, Reese's shoulder was relocated. Though at Bondi, the next skateboard injury is never far away.
When a young boy comes to the tower covered in blood, I know what it's like. I had my fair share of skateboard stacks when I was young. You're scared.
Let me have a look. You're good?
Thomas from South Africa is concerned he's done more than split his scalp open.
It's not broken my skull, is it?
Hasn't broken his skull, no. You got a little crack though. He's got blood literally coming over his eyelids, and he's concerned. I want to have a look at the cut and be like, Thomas, mate, it's all right. It's a lot of blood. Make him feel good.
There's a lot of blood. It's not as bad as the blood makes it.
Need a helmet, man. What happened? Sad to get your helmet this year. I'll patch it up for you. So we just mummify up our patients until they can get to the doctor. Does that feel all right?
After witnessing countless injuries, very few lifeguards are willing to try their luck in Bondi skate park.
Unless you know how to skate and you're Tony Hawk, stay away from it.
I've broken both my elbows skating. I've knocked myself unconscious a few times.
Some of those injuries are absolutely horrific. I would not have the guts to do that.
New recruit Tyson doesn't know what all the fuss is about. Tyson wants to reignite the flame, and he's hoping to get some tips from an expert.
I'm gonna go. My name's Amy Maxi. I am 28 years old, and I am a professional skateboarder.
I heard Amy Maxi was there, so you know what? I was going to get some tricks off her to learn how to drop into the skateboard.
Woo! Oh, what's up, G? How are you?
Yeah, so good, so good. Just thought I'd want to come over and just you give me a few tips. I haven't skated in about 10 years since I was 14, and
no way.
Want to see if I can drop in still.
You'll be able to drop in.
Not quite ready for the bowl just yet. Tyson starts on much gentler territory.
Do not lean backwards. Go forward. Yes. Whee! What do you want to learn next?
I want to see Tyson drop into the big bowl.
Oh, you want it really?
I'll go.
Do you want to do it?
All right, the final bowl. I was actually pretty nervous, just looking down, just straight down.
My advice is don't lean back. Just lean forward and stay over the front of the board and have no fear. That was good, Mike. That was good.
Luckily, I had all my wrist guards, knee pads, you know, and headgear all on, so I was lucky I didn't get injured pretty badly.
When you fall off the horse, there's only one thing to do.
Sketchy. I'm absolutely so stoked to have that session with Amy. To be hitting that Bondi skate park way more.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
That's good.
I learned that.
Back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
It's where Australia leaves its worries behind. A place to connect with nature, practice your gymnastic skills, or simply cool down on a hot day. Though when Mother Nature puts on a show, Bondi is for experts only.
The only guys that you really get out there are just really experienced surfers. On a big day, probably the biggest threat for a surfer would be a snap leg rope. Your leg rope's your lifeline. It's what keeps you afloat.
A low-pressure weather system has caused huge swell. All eyes are focused on three parts of the beach: the North Corner Rip, Ben Buckler Headland, and the South End, which has turned into a washing machine.
I've just got a bloke in the south corner and I think he snapped his leg rope.
Harrison makes the emergency pickup.
Down here, jump on.
Oh, just ripped right off. Ah, it's feeling.
it could turn pretty quickly. You know, you could lose your board, the ball could hit you in the head. You know, a lot of things can go wrong out there.
Thanks, bro.
As the giant waves keep rolling in, Reidy spots another surfer separated from his board.
He has to get in there, mate. He's just put his hand up. Yeah, copy.
On the big days, the jet ski is so valuable. It just means that we can get to places as quick as we possibly can.
In these conditions, people in the water are like needles in a haystack.
Max, to your right. He's about 50 metres to your right.
Hey, mate, quickly. Jump on. Yeah.
Thomas from Belgium isn't accustomed to these conditions.
Jump on, brother.
Just my leash broke. I was trying to come back by swim, but as well I got some big sets and it was really hard to swim back.
Later in the day, lifeguards continue to focus on the key trouble spots. In the north corner, Harrison and Bondi newbie Alex monitor from the shoreline.
Alex is in here, rescue north corner for those guys. One of them?
One of them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, copy, mate.
With the jet ski busy at South Bondi, Alex uses the rip to get out the back and finds a man whose swimming ability doesn't match today's conditions. Douglas is a regular Bondi swimmer, but this is no regular day.
Humans are, we're creatures of habit, and some of them, a lot of them are bay swimmers. They'll do it every day. And to the ones that go out on those big days, good luck to you. I just hope that if you do get into trouble, we see you, because it's hard.
I got caught in the water moving towards the rip, and once you get pushed over to that corner, it's pretty hard to get away from the rip. So I'm glad he came.
For anyone contemplating a swim today, Douglas has some advice.
Yeah, don't.
On big surf days, the water is deadly for most people. For lifeguards, it's an opportunity to have some fun.
You know, with our training breaks, most of the guys will run the sand, get out swimming the bay. You know, a whole lot of fitness and getting ready for the job. But when the big waves hit, though, they get out there and hone their skills in the massive surf.
Woo!
Yeah, it was fun. Really fun. You know, it's challenging. It's good to get out there and test yourself in a bit of the bigger stuff, and sort of just makes you a better lifeguard.
Go, Nick, go!
Yeah.
It's one of the joys of the job for me to use the skills I have and just play.
Oh, I'm on the foil!
I tried to get amongst it, but I think my best days are behind me. Bit of a wuss. Everyone's out there together, you know. No one's saying it, but there's that feeling in the air that, you know, it's competition and you don't want to pull back, because I tell you what, you'll be bagged for the rest of the day.
It's not just people lifeguards have to rescue at Bondi. Sometimes they must come to the aid of local sea life. Whether it's liberating a trapped stingray from the children's pool, relocating a poisonous sea snake from between the flags,
Mate, I am that scared of snakes, I'm so glad I'm not down there.
or untangling a seagull wrapped in fishing line. But it's animals that are brought to the beach that are the biggest problem. They're welcome on the promenade, but pets are banned from the sand.
Out of the flagged
On
area.
patrol, Harries and Skeeny spot an illegal trespasser.
I see this horse-like creature. It was a dog. It was like a Great Dane. Just come running by me and start bowling kids over, and I'm like, oh my God. And a few seconds later, I see the owner chasing the dog.
Hey, yeah! Come back, you man! I got it. Get him in, bring him in. Come on. Come jump down here. Thank you so much.
As soon
soon as I got in the vehicle, he just jams himself under my legs.
My legs are jammed off.
What are you doing? Come here. Skeety has to get out of the buggy and come around to my side, the driver's side, and grab the dog.
I've got him. I'm walking back around and sitting him on that side. Let go of him. I'll walk you back now. And then sit up.
We both had to wrangle the dog to get it back in the vehicle. The poor owner's just watching the whole time.
Right, sit.
He jumped. I was literally driving looking for a parking spot. He jumped down the back window. Left my car over there. And sprinted.
I really think that for every occasion, you do need a song. And there's no better song than...
How much is that dog in the window?
So much trouble.
He was going bad down the plane. He's so beautiful.
So much trouble. If I get a parking ticket?
No, he'll be right.
You know, when you have a Great Dane / horse, you know, you need different defensible measures than walking a Chihuahua along the promenade or up in the car park. So, you know, maybe having a couple of ropes on that dog or a lasso or something ready to go before it hops out of the car next time.
Unpredictable surf conditions at Bondi mean injuries are common. But sometimes bad luck can strike in relatively calm conditions.
Do you want to jump in and we'll take you up to the tower? What happened? You were swimming in the hamstring pool?
I was just in the shower.
South Buggy to Central. Hello, South Buggy. We're just bringing a lady up and done something to her hamstring by the sounds of it.
As Noah and Evan bring the woman to the tower, her condition worsens.
Hand?
I think she's just had a little bit of a rough story, right?
You want to lie her down in the bed?
You lie down. Oh. Hey, come here. Come here, good job.
It's not completely clear what the woman's injury is, but her pain is rapidly increasing.
Yeah, we're gonna come.
Ambulance, please.
I just thought.
The green whistle, as it's known, administers an analgesic pain-killing gas.
Like on this hard, like big press, it'll kill the pain.
Put your leg up.
Better? I'll go to get some ice. Get some ice.
I need the handy, mate.
Just the left hand thing. Yeah. Seems like your hamstring sounds like it's patched up for. If you're in that much pain, whatever you don't need, if you pull your hamstring, you know it's sore, but it's not. You know, it's not the end of the world. If you rip it off the bone, you definitely know. You know, you're pretty much curled up in a ball.
As the pain relief kicks in, Annette relaxes. A little too much for Evan's liking.
Hey, I wouldn't be moving if I was you. I mean, you probably just feel a lot better because of Evan.
Would you get someone where I could just shower all the signs off me?
Yeah, not yet. We're waiting for the ambulance to come.
Once they come, they will let me.
You can't move once we have this. And you need it. You're only feeling better because we're on this.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're not vibrating. Of course. Yeah, you need to relax and lie down because the more you move, the worse it's going to get.
Under the spell of the green whistle, Annette continues to move around.
No, don't move. I hear you that you need to get me fall out this chair and you're going to go out. No. No.
Oh my God.
Annette, you need to work with me here, man. You gotta sit back down because I pretty much almost had to tackle her and keep her down. She made my job very hard that day.
You gotta stay there, right?
This poor thing, like, we need to knock this lady out because she is suffering.
Don't worry about a shower, don't worry about stuff. Can't even walk.
The arrival of the ambulance signals relief, not just for Annette, but Evan too.
I just went into the water, tried to get out, couldn't get out, was whitewashed back in, and I was thrown back in at least 3 times. When I went to stand up on the last time, felt like something clicked.
Okay, yep.
And I haven't been able to straighten my legs since.
At the hospital, scans will reveal the extent of Annette's injuries.
She said if I wasn't a vegetarian, I'd describe it as meat ripping and rolling back up into my leg. I've never seen 10 out of 10 pain. I've certainly never had it. Every time she did those screeching pains, when you're like, this is intense.
Where is it? Good space, yeah?
Australia Day at Bondi. Even on the most perfect days, looks can be deceiving. Max is monitoring people who aren't swimming between the flags.
Yeah, hey guys, everyone in front of me, a little flash rib has emerged here. Just make your way back to shore. If you need assistance, just raise your hands and a lifeguard will come help you.
Soon, it's too late for warnings on the megaphone.
I'm in here, boys. There's a little flashy in the south.
At first, the woman appears to be floating, unconscious. Lifeguards spot another swimmer in the same rib, but Max is still in the water and can't hear the radio.
Back, and there's a guy real close in. Do you need us to go south as well? Yeah, go in. Swimmers, everybody out of the water. Swimming in front of a dangerous current sign. Do not swim here. Stop swimming here.
A surfer keeps the woman afloat until Harrison can get her on the board.
You're right. You're going to jump on. You're going to jump on, take the front. Take the front. You're going to lie down.
All right, you're good. I was gobsmacked. It definitely wasn't the appropriate beach wear to be swimming. It was like some resort where you'd see someone wearing at a 5-star hotel, but you wouldn't wear that swimming down here.
Jump on.
You're gonna come over here, okay? I'll keep walking over the sandbank. That was the most challenging rescue I reckon I've done for a while. Fully clothed, made it that awkward. You're all right, just make sure you go right up to the flags next time, okay?
I was like semi-drowning. I went like, the waves were high and I went in. I couldn't swim as much as I thought I could back in. And then, yeah, he ended up trying to get me. But I'm a big girl, so it was a little struggle too. And yeah.
You never know what the backgrounds of people are until you actually rescue them and meet them on the beach. I had no idea, but she was a lifeguard.
I've been a lifeguard for like 7 years back home, and I've never experienced that before. What if I didn't know how to like assist him?
Sarai doesn't intend to take Harrison's job anytime soon.
Like, I used to teach swim lessons and I worked at an actual pool, but I've never been to a beach, so it's completely different. It's more work. Like, usually I thought he could just help me and like we just glide through, but no, like those waves were coming in strong and like we had to like force ourselves to go in. Like, I had no idea it was different.
Next time Sarai comes down for a swim down at Bondi, go between the flags and maybe find some more appropriate swimming attire.
It's the sound that all beachgoers dread. But few visitors to Bondi will ever see a shark.
In 15 years lifeguarding, I've seen 3 sharks,
Twice right out the back, once closer in the shore.
This season, a drone captured the terrifying moment a surfer jumped off his board, unaware a shark was directly below him.
I think the shark was more scared of the surfer, to be honest. Just goes to show you how many times something's lurking underneath where people have no idea that it's there.
As drones become more popular, shark sightings are becoming more common.
I get my drone up every morning. That's when I tend to see a lot of the sharks. We've got our local grey nurses and there's a couple of great whites at Tamarama.
Jason Ingleton uploads footage of Bondi's marine residents to an app known as Drone Shark.
You just see all this different behaviours that you're never going to see from land. So it's good. I've just opened up a new world, really.
Curious to see for themselves what lies beneath the surface, Bondi's lifeguards are going in for a closer look. It's not an elegant entry into the water for Maxi. But once in, things become far more graceful.
Yeah, so the three of us were lucky enough to see a bull ray within the first couple of minutes of jumping in the water. They're massive, and fun fact, they could grow up to 100 kilos. Joel whacking the rocks, and sure enough, the groper was there, hanging around. It was awesome. The octopus was under a ledge. We saw a bit of its tentacles, but it's nocturnal, so they're quite reserved and held back under that ledge. I was quite surprised at how many stingrays were down there, so it's quite amazing to see how much life was down there.
I had no idea there was that many stingrays down there.
You got a bit of idea.
Righto. I was fine.
That bull ray when we first jumped
Mate,
in,
you jumped
he
in
was huge.
Yeah. It's like we're in Fiji or something.
Yeah.
People come and visit and see what's the beach and what the top of the water's got to offer. But every once in a while, get underwater, you'll be amazed at what you see.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything's gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Early morning, and the weather prediction at Bondi is for the hottest day of summer yet. The lifeguards are expecting the biggest crowd of the season.
Busy days, you can feel them even from, 6 a.m, a nice forecast, a weekend, and you're just preempting the growth and the intensity of the day.
Early in the morning when we're setting the beach up, putting the flags up, it's definitely the calm before the storm.
Bondi's lifeguards take advantage of the quiet time.
So every morning, each lifeguard gets allocated an hour to do their training, just to keep physically fit, ready for those big days that we get throughout the summer.
Hoppo's been down here for a long time. In his early 20s, Hoppo was quite the athlete, he was super ripped, and he even appeared as a body double in the movie Muriel's Wedding.
Lifeguarding wasn't 12 months a year, it was only a seasonal job, so I had to go pick up some extra work. Having a look at me there in the background was cast as an extra to start with, and then from there I did a bit of doubling for the main actor, a bit of swimming in the pool. I think it deserves an Emmy.
If there was a picture in the dictionary of what a lifeguard looks like, Hoppo's picture would be in the dictionary.
In the middle of a training session, Hoppo and Chapo notice something unfolding nearby.
What's happening here?
Yeah, drowning. You got shorts on? Once you realise someone's drowning, everything else kind of falls to the side.
There you go, man. Can you believe it? I grabbed the rescue board, then I went in and pretty much is only 5 metres from the shore. After that, I went in. All I could see was his arm waving. He was pretty much, his head was under the water. We're so close to shore, the next two swells just sort of lifted us back towards where we could stand up.
Have a look at where they are, drowning.
Lifeguards in the tower notice the rescue, but can't identify just who the lifeguard is.
Wow.
It's Hoppo!
They were seriously, please for sure.
Oh, just wet. Superman.
You're a lifesaver, Hoppo.
There's what, 8 lifeguards. He's meant to be in the office. He's on his training break, and he ends up doing the rescue. So I kind of saw a bit of humour in that.
The 3 friends are students from China.
Mate, how are you? Close call, eh?
Lawrence is an IT major.
Close call.
Go on, can't swim.
Can't swim.
Just learning, the beginner.
Right. Yeah. So as soon as you couldn't stand up,
Yeah, I can't swim.
can you float? Because if you just float,
Yeah.
then that wave would have pushed you back where you could stand. Really, you should go down where the red and yellow flags are and swim down there. Are you only on the swimming pool? Make sure you stay in the shallow end.
Absolutely, I feel I will die. Horrible. I miss my mom, my private, my family. I want to study to continue study. He come and serve me. He is a Superman for me.
Yeah, Clark Kent.
That was a tough one. I can stand up. We know it must have been an emergency because he went in.
That's the first rescue I've done out of lockdown. Probably the easiest one I've done nearly in my whole career.
You think, oh, they were just bobbing up there. They were bobbing up and down. Definitely bobbing up and down. More down than up.
10 a.m. As the temperature hits the high 20s, the masses make their way to Bondi.
Now the days start coming good. People haven't had their time at the beach and they all come out.
Attention everybody, very dangerous conditions today.
The water is crowded with surfers, all of varying abilities. At the middle of the beach, Evan spots volunteer lifesavers running to an incident.
Hey, Hop, can you see why are those puppies running?
Stand by, mate. We've got something going on.
I thought something serious was up, because usually when they rush, something's going on.
Closing in, he identifies a surfer being carried out of the water, barely conscious.
Tell me what day it is.
Sunday.
Good girl, good girl.
Starts here and goes back. It's just a bumper.
It could be a bump.
You don't know that though.
You don't know that.
You get an ambo down to check you out.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to, because if you've had a head crash, you don't know how serious it could be. We wanted to get it up to the tower immediately. We're going to treat this head wound concussion. Good girl. When you get in the car, we finally got her into the buggy, and then she just went on me. We got Taylor? Yeah, she's nauseous, huh? I was like, she's gone.
Charlotte's surfing buddy Johan rushes to investigate.
Hey, mate. It was definitely good for her to have some support, because she was terrified. Get on the tree, come sit here if you can, darling. So what's your name, bud? Yeah.
An ambulance has been called, but Charlotte's condition is worsening quickly.
She went into some serious shock, and she was shaking. Adrenaline kicks in, and they start to panic. I want you to... Yeah, not sure. Yeah. Where are you in pain? I had to show. Yeah, she's in pain, yeah. She was going in waves of pain. and blood pumping through her head. So we wanted to give her oxygen just to calm her down.
Let's go.
Charlotte's boyfriend arrives. The misplaced kiss doesn't bring any relief.
As soon as the paramedics come, we kind of hand over the patient to them and we tell them all the information, we've gathered, what we think has possibly happened.
Information is vital to paramedics, but Charlotte struggles to stay conscious.
Hi Charlotte, my name's Henry. Please tell me what happened.
I took a surfboard in their head.
Yeah, okay. Do you mind if I have a feel on the back of your neck? On the back, yeah.
Paramedics confirm that Charlotte needs further examination. Only after CT scans in hospital will the full extent of Charlotte's injury be revealed.
Stable.
Yeah?
Starting to stable up a bit. Sweet.
She needs to go get x-ray.
She started to go, man. You see her go, she couldn't get into the car, but she started.
Near on midday, and the growing crowd is keeping lifeguards alert.
Just one of those days where he was very vigilant. Yeah, as long as we've got this and we can communicate where everyone is, and it's all good.
We'll just need to regroup after having that head injury, and as normal, you get one incident and then you get another one straight after it.
You're swimming right in the front of a rib. If you do want to go for a swim, head up to the red and yellow flags in the middle of the beach.
When it gets really busy and we've got a lot of hot spots, it's great to have the jet ski in the water because they can do the rescues so quick and it keeps everybody else on the beach and not doing board rescues.
In the south corner, Chapo spots a swimmer in trouble.
Can you come to the south corner, right in the corner?
Before making his debut at Bondi this summer, Matt Hasty was a lifeguard on Sydney's northern beaches.
I've been a lifeguard for 13 years, and it doesn't matter if you've been lifeguarding for 1 year or 50 years, A new beach is a new beach, and you've got to adapt to the environment conditions.
I wanted to see Matt on the jet ski because being one of the new guys, I knew he was up to it. I just hadn't seen it.
Steve, he's holding onto this board right in front of you, mate. Stay that course.
One of the most important things that we want new guys to learn, which is hard, is just those little intricacies of where to come in and which person's actually in trouble.
In the crowded waves, Matt puts the ski into reverse and angles the nose forward to avoid being knocked sideways by a wave.
Jump on, hang on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mate.
But the pickup is only half of the job.
It's not as easy as it looks because it's a long beach. It's new to these guys, especially if they're not from Bondi.
As Matt steps off the ski momentarily, he makes a dangerous mistake.
Oh, thanks, man.
By putting the 500-kilogram machine between himself and the surf, a small wave now could break one of Matt's legs.
A lot of the things that he did were really good, but it's just those little things like being caught on the wrong side of the jet ski and having to use all his strength to make sure the jet ski didn't end up on top of him. But these are the things that help you learn, and it helps everyone progress.
Got yourself on the wrong side, eh? Oh, mate, it did suck up right.
I thought I was coming on the last wave of the set, but there was one behind me. As I turned around, got pretty smashed. It's quite scary. I'm just trying to hold this machine. Luckily for my sake, I had enough strength so I didn't flip and fall on me.
He just needed to use a different technique, but he was the first to say that to me.
First rescue at Bondi, you want to try and impress everyone, I guess, especially Chapo being the team leader. But yeah, you learn from your mistakes for sure.
So that was one rescue. Let's say we maybe do 10 to 20 rescues today, I'd say. Just making sure that the wrong swimmers don't go in the wrong place, and we should be able to keep on top of it.
just after lunch, lifeguards are stationed at every post on the beach from north to south. Clear radio communication is critical.
They're all dead. I don't get it.
Lifeguards on the beach are unaware that all radios are down.
I just thought that I was missing something. How could this happen? It was working when there were people in the room, and then the minute people left and I'm by myself, it's not. This has to be me.
One low essential.
3 radios and 1 weekend out. If you don't have clear communication lines, it's a matter of life and death for sure.
One low central to jet ski.
Will heads to the tower to investigate face to face.
They're all down. No, I can't.
Will comes hammering up, and I kind of meet him on the balcony like, the radio's down, and he goes, the radios are down.
All our radios are down.
Yeah, I just thought, what am I doing wrong?
Without the radio, without communication, you know, we can't do anything.
But maybe just go individually tell them our radios are down?
No, they know.
Yeah, gone.
Lifeguards resort to mobile phones until the problem can be solved.
Clubby radio's working. The Clubby radios are working. Maybe. Who says?
Lifeguard radios depend on a repeater station, which is located at an elevated landmark. This allows lifeguards to communicate not just at Bondi, but across the 3 beaches they patrol.
So I reckon from now, people need to be on each trip.
Suspecting the repeater station has failed, Baggers checks if a signal is possible on shortwave radio.
Let's go to channel 2.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, good idea.
Okay.
Hey, Gons, turn it to 2. Turn it to local. Turn it to 2.
Yeah, channel 2. Yeah, got you, Gonzo. We're going to move to channel 2, everyone, if you can spread the word.
Channel 2 won't allow communication across the 3 beaches, but it's the best solution for now.
Just wigged out for you a bit then. What happened when everyone left me? I had 3 radios out. Actually, what the hell is going on?
I actually planned it. I actually went up myself and switched it off.
It was highly stressful, but then when you're back up and running and talking, it's breathe again. Let's do this.
Mid-afternoon, and the outgoing tide is turbocharging Bondi's ribs.
We haven't had a day like this all summer. It's good for the guys that have just kicked off this year. It gives them good experience, and as long as I can guide them through, we'll have a good day, and hope everyone can enjoy the beach and go home safe.
At the middle of the beach, Will and Mario, along with Noah and Gons, focus on 3 swimmers caught in a rip.
If you want to have a swim, just down the red, yellow flag. Just come straight in for us. That's it.
One of the girls is going backwards. With 3 experienced lifeguards in position, there's plenty of supervision for the youngest team member.
Going on, what up, guys?
But Noah knows every move will be closely watched.
Go, baby.
We like to see Noah get out on the board, especially doing rescues. You know, whenever he does it, we're always going to be there. We're always going to be watching. We'll always be encouraging him because, you know, the end result is we want him to be better than when he started.
Urgency more. Come on.
He hit the water really, really fast. And he just projected up into the air. And the way he came down, he would have put on a brave face, but it would have hurt.
Noah survives the shore break, but still has to make the rescue.
She just wasn't making any progress. Like her 2 mates, they were making their way in. She was kind of going backwards, so she definitely wasn't going to make it in on her own. Nose dive, nose dive.
Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, it's always good to toot the horn and give him a bit of a holler. And yeah, he reacts well off it.
With each successful rescue, trust in Noah grows.
I could hear them yelling from when I was paddling out. Kind of used to them watching at this point, but yeah, you don't want to screw up in front of them. Otherwise, you'll just cop it a lot. So yeah, I can definitely notice my confidence level increasing for when stuff does get serious.
I wish it was louder.
Oh, fully winded myself going over that shore.
Late afternoon. Crowds at the north end set the beat. But today is no party for lifeguards.
Hey guys, there's a guy having a fit down south and they want an oxygen GP.
One of the Clubby just told us down south that I'm having an epileptic fit. So we're just going to come up, grab the oxygen.
Noah and Will have been called to a woman reported to be having a seizure on the walkway above South Bondi.
First thing that's going through my mind is just get up to the tower, get the defib. You don't know if this person has any heart problems. You don't know, anything can happen, so you'd rather have it than not have it.
Hey guys, we're going to grab the defib. Yeah, it's supposedly something to do icebergs. I'll get a bit more information and I'll pass it on to you.
Time is critical.
It's really important to get to these situations as fast as possible and get the situation under control and make sure that the right hands are at the job. Everyone's in their own world. They don't expect the buggy to be hooking it down the beach. So, you know, I've just said to Noah, I was like, mate, get on the horn. You just see all the red and yellow just pointing us in that direction, almost tunnelling us through to the spot.
Whereabouts up there?
The 500-metre dash ends on the beach.
Sorry, thank you.
Now, Will must make the rest of the trip on foot.
Patient is conscious and breathing, over.
When I got up there, I discovered that she suffers from vertigo just by asking the people that she was with. The vertigo that she gets can often lead to an epileptic fit.
Will to Central. She suffers from vertigo that she's just developed.
My job then was just basically to make sure that she didn't go into an epileptic fit.
Amber's just arrived, mate, so yeah, I'll be back on beach soon.
By the time the ambulance got there, she was looking a lot better. So I think she would have made a good recovery. She was in the best hands possible.
Okay, give me a hand. Nice and easy. Yeah, of course.
It's always a good feeling seeing someone off an ambulance, being able to walk themselves to the ambos. You'd rather that than it carried off in a stretcher and, you know, still pumping the chest. So I'd take that any day of the week.
Thanks, guys.
At the end of the busiest day this summer, the tally includes multiple rescues, a head injury, and a seizure. Most importantly, no lives have been lost.
It was a busy day today, and generally I sit back at the end and reflect on how the team worked, and they performed extremely well and worked well as a team, and that's what it's all about here. It's good to see when we're leaving the beach at the end of the day. There's still plenty of people around, but they're all enjoying themselves and everybody's safe.
Back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where
Even on the most perfect days, looks can be deceiving. Because every summer, unwelcome visitors come to Bondi and spoil the party.
This year is the most amount of blue bottles I've ever seen on Bondi. It got ridiculous some days how many blue bottles were on the beach.
When the blue bottles start stinging, victims come knocking.
Hey mate, I got stung by a blue bottle. Yeah, red plates. Alright. First time? Last day. You got shocked. Yeah. Put your head up first, buddy.
Yeah. Over the years, I've dealt with thousands of beachgoers who've been stung by blue bottles. But as a professional lifeguard, I know that the pain is only temporary. You know, we check if they're going to have an allergic reaction. If they don't, you know, we can pretty much send them upon their way.
Blue bottles have long tentacles, lined with thousands of stinging barbs. They can paralyse and capture small prey, also wrap around human limbs and release painful venom.
You still got it on you, brother. It's all right, mate. Don't be sorry. Just here, let me peel it off you. It's a doozy.
Various remedies are used.
Just give it a bit of a rub in.
But Harrison thinks the best treatment for blue bottles is a stiff upper lip.
At the beginning, I was all care, looked after them, had all the time in the world. As time has gone on, not so much. How are you? So, you're gonna be okay. Yeah, if you sit here and do all that, it's no good. No, you don't need a rest here. You're gonna be fine. So you're not gonna die, okay? I know they're gonna be okay. It's just a process they're gonna go through. They're gonna deal with the pain. They're gonna ride it out for 40 minutes, and then they're gonna be fine. Walk normal, walk normal.
Yes.
It's not that bad. Practice, don't. Doing a Hollywood.
He may not think blue bottles are a big deal, but how long has it been since he's been stung?
We get a training break every day, and on this particular day, I decided to paddle out around the shark buoy. The shark buoy is situated about 600 metres off the beach at Bondi. And there was a couple of waves that had to pop, and I was feeling good. The water was beautiful, and started making my way out into that, you know, that foreign territory out the back where the sea starts to get a bit darker. And next minute, you know when you feel that tentacle wrap around your arm, you know you're gone. And I just knew once I get back in, I'm gonna be in an hour of pain.
I got stung, eh?
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he told me his arm.
Blue bottles travel together in large swarms, so where there's one, there are usually hundreds.
Do you reckon he just paddled through a swarm of them?
Louise, eh?
I just knew straight away, I'm gone. I'm gone. I look down and there are blueies wrapped all over me. I'm surrounded by blue bottles right now. I'm in the biggest cluster.
When beachgoers are stung, lifeguards are full of compassion.
Oh, it's on my leg.
When it's one of their own, it's another story.
What's he doing? Sitting on his board.
Do you reckon there's ball? He's picking them off his ball.
Harrison may be a half a kilometre out to sea, but signalling for help isn't an option.
I know the boys are watching me. I can't put up my hand and ask for the jet ski to come out. Seriously, if I did that, I reckon they'll take the job away from me. After thousands of people I've just told, oh, it'll be all right, you've just been stung, it'll be fine in half an hour. They've come back to get me. Mate, I got hammered. Did you know there's the biggest cluster out there?
Nah, where was it?
Mate, just past the shark, mate. I've got about 10 blueies on me. Oh, mate, under there.
Harrison may be treating people stung by blue bottles a little differently from now on.
Karma came back to sting me. Oh, this is karma for me being so blunt to everyone else being stung on the beach. Oh, mate. I'm sorry to anyone out there who I kind of ushered away in pain, but yeah, I fully learned my lesson that day. And from now on, if someone's been stung, come to me and I'll have all the time in the world for you. Oh, far out.
On quieter days, lifeguards have far less people to watch over. But even today, none of them are dropping their guard.
It was a Monday, sort of overcast in Bondi. There was a group of people playing Super Bowl because it was Super Bowl Monday for us. They were just playing it on the beach there, just in front of the tower. I saw one of them make a throw and I was thinking, oh, it's like kind of a fun game. But then didn't think much more of it, just went back to watching the water.
Fresh from watching the Super Bowl on TV, the men aren't holding back on the tackles.
When the knock at the door came,
Hey, bro, we just played beach football. Our friend's knees.
as soon as they looked out at him laying there on the ground, I knew right away someone had been hurt. Oh, let's go. We like this. Shut! So Jack and I headed down to assess the patient. We just saw he was in a lot of pain. The patient's name is Josh. He's 31 years of age. Just either got a dislocated or broken ankle.
We'll try and get him up to the shower and get him oxygen.
Copy, mate.
No one seems to be taking responsibility for the tackle.
We're playing football, a friend got tackled accidentally, and now he's hurt. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't think the guy in the white bandana probably wanted to say much at all. I heard he was the one that put the hit on.
John is an actor who lives near Bondi. He's not a fan of gridiron, but joined his mates to watch the Super Bowl at a local pub.
So you guys have been drinking all day?
Since like 11:30.
Yeah, all right. I reckon we get him up into the tower. We try and get him on some oxygen. He's definitely in a bit of pain. Yeah. You could tell he was in shock. When people go into shock, their skin goes clammy and pasty, and he was sweating a lot. All right, Johnny, we're going to try and get you in here somehow.
Could be a bit of pain here, okay?
Good, the other side. From the other side, be easier.
Yeah. Ready? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. You're right, mate. You're right. You're right. Big breaths, big breaths.
All right, so
we got to spin around.
So yeah, John was a big boy. We had to get him up the beach. It took a few of us, and as we were sort of walking towards the pavilion stairs, he had a bit of a cheer squad, and they were all clapping him off the beach.
That's a good team effort. Slap him off the field. Solid effort.
Sorry, mate.
Increasing oxygen supply will help John cope with the trauma.
How's that pain out of 10 now?
So when we're looking for injuries on people that aren't obviously compound fractures and where we can't see what's going on, we've just got to feel around. Where's the pain? Am I getting closer to it?
No.
No? Further up?
Pretty low,
Lower?
Yeah.
So it's in your ankle?
Right.
Sometimes you'll feel really where the pain is, and the patient will let you know.
So I'm just going to run.
We're going to avoid giving you the whistle just because you've had a few drinks. Seem to be managing the pain pretty good. We knew he'd been drinking since about 11 o'clock. It was now 4 o'clock. He wasn't overly drunk, but in those sort of situations, we try and avoid the green whistle when we can. Did your team win today at least? What's that?
Had a good tackle. Yeah. Going for Dwayne.
Oh, you tackled him?
No, it was other player.
Gotcha. So the ambos arrived and they did their own assessment of the patient, but we had to get him out of the Lifeguard Tower. We're going to try and get out the door here.
Some of John's pain may be dulled by the earlier trip to the pub.
I'll get ready to support his leg.
But it comes with side effects.
So the first few spews, they just head out onto the promenade, something for the local dogs to have for lunch. The poor guy needed to vomit.
Doctors discovered that John tore ligaments and fractured a leg bone. Following an operation, he faces 2 months on crutches. Plenty of time to think about getting square with Dwayne, the man who tackled him.
But look, in the end, the real winner was John's spew.
It's not all rescues and first aids at Bondi. Lifeguards never know what to expect when they clock on for the day. Whether it's a bird in the tower, or a strange rubber device for the lost property box. Sometimes it's just washing vomit off the promenade. Today, Harrison has been tasked with pest control duties.
So I was just on the promenade and a couple of the young skater kids came down saying there was a rat in the skate bowl.
This isn't the first time lifeguards have extracted a rat from the skate bowl. When Jesse attempted to catch an unwelcome visitor, the rat turned the tables on him. Today, it's Harrison's turn. Lifeguard versus rodent.
I jumped in thinking I was 6 foot tall and bulletproof. That quickly changed.
Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
At South Bondi, Harrison is removing a rat from the skate bowl. Hopefully, this rat is friendlier than the one Jesse tangled with a few years ago.
Worst rescue ever. I jumped in thinking I was 6 foot tall and bulletproof. That quickly changed. Thing just charged at me. How am I gonna get this now? You know, I'm eating humble pie, got my tail between my legs, and I'm just thinking, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get this thing into the box. One of the other grommets ran down and put the lid on it for me, so I didn't have to have any close contact with it, and I still looked like a hero.
Let's call him Frank.
Frank?
Frank.
Bondi rat Frank lives another day, and brave Harrison shows how it's done.
You know, where Jesse went wrong is he let his guard down and he didn't get one of the other kids to do it for him.
Due to COVID this season, the lifeguard service has been divided into 5 separate groups known as pods.
I've got a pod, Chapo's got a pod, Reidy's got a pod, and then there's Harry's pod, and of course there's the casual pod.
Each pod contains 8 lifeguards who work independently of the other pods. An unexpected result of the pods is that a friendly rivalry has developed.
There's a lot of competitiveness.
So my pod and Mouse's pod work on the same days, and there's been a lot of trash talk throughout the season.
Now, lifeguards are asking each other, which pod is the fastest in the water?
Chapo has got some good personalities in there, but when it comes to watermen, nah, yeah, I've got the advantage for sure.
Beware of the underdog, because the underdog will come back and bite you.
A few days out from the big race, and 2 of the pods are doing some special training to try and get an edge over the other pods.
We're a week out from the big lifeguard race, and it's pod versus pod. We want to win it, and we want to flex our bragging rights. That's what we want to do.
They kind of give it to us on a daily basis. They think they're fitter, stronger than what we are, and it would be good to get one over them this time.
It's on for young and old, and we'll take each other's heads off if we have to.
Team leaders Chapo and Mouse have enlisted the big guns.
These guys we're working with today, the Iron Men and women, they're proper athletes.
Matt Bevilacqua is the brother of Bondi lifeguard Joel Bevilacqua and helped Jethro to a race victory last year.
Throughout the next 15 minutes, we're going to go through a breathing exercise that'll help you hold your breath for almost 100% longer while we do this underwater training race. All right, start your inhale through your nose. Basically, the breathing exercise is a slow, controlled inhale and then a slow, controlled exhale to the complete top capacity of your lungs and then the complete expiry of your lungs. Start that exhale, slow, controlled exhale.
The better you are at holding your breath underwater, the more confidence you have, the better lifeguard you are. When we do big rescues, we get big waves, we spend a lot of time underwater.
Feel your lungs going down in volume to the bottom.
Most breath holding stuff I've done is probably competitions as a little boy in the family pool, trying to hold our breath for as long as we can, swimming laps underwater.
10 to 15 minutes of this exercise can have your blood fully oxygenated and you're in a really good headspace and controlled space to race and be calm in the process.
I reckon you guys are going to smash it. You're all supreme athletes. So with match training, we decided to put it to the test with an underwater relay, my pod versus Chapo's pod.
Okay, so the underwater relay, first swimmer, he swims down, picks up 2 kettlebells, runs as far as he can underwater with them. He then drops them till he can't go any further. The next swimmer swims down, picks them up, runs as far as he can and drops them, and the race keeps going on until the finish line.
It's my pod versus Chapo's pod today in this underwater relay, and I am confident.
As soon as you get too cocky, things can come undone very quickly.
You ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Tyson is up first for Mouse's team. Gons leads off for Team Chapo.
As they're running underwater, we don't really know exactly where they are until they pop up. Oh, they're moving quick. And when Tyson popped up, we couldn't believe how far in front he was.
Oh, he's up.
Oh my God, he's an animal.
Wow, yeah.
Tyson's just done about 35 metres. My pod's winning by about, what, 5 metres there or something?
Yeah, he's motoring.
All competitors must do at least 1 leg each.
Obviously, I'm feeling very comfortable. My pod is absolutely killing it in the water and they're just getting stronger and stronger and it's fun to watch.
As Mouse's team close in on the finish, Mario claws Team Chapo back into contention with a determined run.
Pod 2 have caught him here.
Boys, come on.
Come on, it's a comeback. Pod 1 have stayed.
No way.
Come back here, it's dead even.
With both teams now neck and neck, Jackson does the final anchor leg for Mouse's team.
We're going to have to get level with the finish line here.
Oh my God. It's Jacko, and Jacko gets down there and just digs deep and has dead set the run of the day.
Oh, Jacko's just got it for pod 2.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't realise that Tech took all the glory and ended up with the finishing legs.
It's really well done by everyone. Both pods competed valiantly. The breathing exercise, pretty key to rescuing someone sometimes if you have to really go down deep and get them or hold your breath through the lineup. There was one clear winner and it was Mouse's pod.
Winning the underwater relay for us is huge. It's a massive confidence booster for our team. It's not a big deal that we smashed Chapo's crew. We always knew we were going to, and we're confident going into next week's big race.
Yeah.
The main race between all 5 lifeguard pods is just days away.
Yeah, my team takes one up and I reckon we'll be hard to pin back.
When the teams meet at Bondi, the Nutrigrain Iron men and women will be competing too.
We've won the best comp today. Now we're going to smash them down the track in the lifeguard competition. I can't wait.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything's gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
As well as being a place to swim and play, Bondi is a popular showground for beautiful bodies.
Win it up, Bondi!
The main stage for bodybuilders is Bondi's outdoor gym. Here, rippling muscle men and women perform in front of a parade of strangers. Today, there's a new kid on the block.
My name is Muchi. So the outdoor gym Bondi, the atmosphere in here very active. Everyone is very conscious about their health and fitness, so they work out a lot. So I get motivated when I come here, and it has a beautiful view when you work out.
But this gym junkie has a different kind of routine.
Just do some, static pole moves, just like playing around with the stuff that I have learned throughout my pole journey, so just have fun with it.
24-year-old pole dancing instructor Muchi has a range of moves never seen before at Bondi's outdoor gym.
I wear a pair of, thong, G-string in between. It's just my choice of pole wear. The more skin exposure, the easier you can stick on the pole. Why not enjoy working out and the view at the same time?
While some visitors come to Bondi to strip off, others come fully dressed in superhero costumes.
My name is Spider-Man.
Tell me what Spider-Man is doing at Bondi Beach.
I'm trying to look for Green Goblin.
And what made you think that Green Goblin would be here?
He said he'll meet me here. It's over there. Green Goblin. It must be. It's gotta be.
No, it's not him. Perhaps this superhero can get help from a local hero.
Excuse me. Okay. What are you doing? Get the out of me. You know where Green Goblin is?
Nah, man. Is he down here?
Yeah, he said he'll meet me here.
Go and check down there.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck, Raj. He gave me a little bit of fright, but mate, I was just in my own zone then, heavily, eh? That doesn't surprise me. I've seen, you know, it's just a walk in the park down here. At least he's got his clothes on.
Late afternoon, and an incident is unfolding on the shoreline. Volunteer lifesavers signal the tower for assistance.
One of the patrol members in the red and yellow started waving their hand, so Hoppo and Tyson ran down, and looks like they've taken over the situation.
Just moments earlier, 17-year-old Huey was diving under waves.
Saw a man waving his hand, so we all ran over, and he just wasn't moving. He said he'd dived into a sandbank and went head first. He was in a lot of pain.
Diving in shallow water is one of the major causes of serious spinal injuries in Australia.
Once we roll him, just whack it up underneath. When we got there, we realised that he had pain just below his neck, sort of between his shoulder blades, and so we treated it as a spinal.
For 24-year-old new recruit Tyson, this is a rare chance to work alongside his boss, Hoppo.
All right, it's all on Tyson's call.
That's it. So I'm going to go on 3, all right?
Sure, mate.
1, 2, 3, roll.
Could be possibly a suspected spinal. I took control of the head with the manual inline support.
The same for you again. All right, guys, on the way back. So roll nice and easily.
You need to keep them as still as possible, and we were telling him not to move anything, just you know, speak to us when you're answering the questions, because any movement, if it is fractured, it could be like a fractured bone that's like a razor blade, and any wrong movement could then slice the cord, and he could end up a paraplegic or a quadriplegic, you know, very, very easily.
So Pop's going to come around now with the therapy oxygen. I just stayed on the head, and I felt really comfortable, you know, just having control of that. Get you breathing a lot better, and you'll start feeling probably a lot better as well with that. Try to relax, just try to relax your whole body and just not move at all. It's the best way.
Huey came to the beach alone before meeting 2 British travellers, Brandon and Lewis.
He's jumped in and the wave's gone over him, straight into the sand, you know?
It's hard to judge like a day like today as well.
When the paramedics came down, Tyson was in control. They realised that he had the skill, which was good to see.
We've had a bit of an accident today.
Yeah.
I think these guys have done an amazing job. We're going to keep you nice and stable here. We will just pop a collar on you.
Huey's family are notified about the incident.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah?
I literally just met him on the get in position now. So 1, 2, 3, lift. That's it.
You know, I've got to give Tyson a rap. He was very good. I was overseeing it all, but he took the head. He never let go of that. It was all on his call when we were rolling the patient. It was, you know, very well done.
Obviously, in that situation, he urgently needed help, and just tried my best and just tried to give my all.
Right, take care of yourself.
After undergoing scans in hospital, Huey was released with a clean bill of health. Bondi is a place where people can find a moment of peace. But not everyone comes to the beach for the right reasons.
We were just sitting here watching the water, and then we just heard all this yelling and screaming.
Got an angry man down south.
What is it?
And then we saw a local surfer actually getting, not chased by this guy, but the guy was coming towards him quite fast. This guy was walking backwards quite fast as well.
Watch the water. Jump in. Come here.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Just meters from the tower, an enraged man is chasing a surfer, challenging him to a fight.
Once they got up onto the promenade and they started to walk backwards towards the Lifeguard Tower, all of a sudden they were both out of sight, and that's when you start to get a little bit more worried. You never really know what can happen in these situations, and you always think the worst. Instinct kicks in, protect the public, get them inside, close the door, and then take it from there.
Watch the water. Jump in. Come in.
I just slammed the door, which has an automatic lock, so he was locked out. Patient was safe, the danger was outside, and then we can call the police and move on. Hi Sharon, my name's Clint calling from the Bondi Lifeguards. How are you? We've just had a couple people being threatened.
Local surfer Steve had never seen the man until just a few moments ago.
I was just walking up the beach and this guy was swearing at me and just tried to mind my own business, walk past him, and he kept swearing, so I just said, good on ya, and then he just chased me up the beach.
For us down here, we see a lot of really interesting characters. More times than not, they go as quick as they come. This guy was clearly affected by either drugs and or alcohol, and he was just in a rage. Yeah, I just want to go down and speak to the police, because it's not really good having a guy like that down the beach, and you know, we've got a job to do watching the water, and we don't want it to snowball to taking our resources off doing our job. Hi, you guys. Hello. What's the story?
As police monitor the man, Steve explains the unprovoked attack.
About halfway down the prom towards there, he got up to me, so I turned at him and I considered for a second putting the board down. I went, no, just get back to safety. Okay. And then I backed off. And as he's got real close to me, he's lunged and kicked me, and I just fended it. And then they had the door open and they said, quick, get in, and I just pulled straight in.
Despite the presence of police, the man tries to confront Steve again.
I'm gonna go before he gets up here because he'll lose his shit again.
This time, a welcoming party awaits his arrival.
Hey, this is what they do all the time. See how it goes, right? Hey. Here they go, Hey. Go on then. Go on, do it. Go on, go for your life. Hey. Sweet fucking day.
These situations are always quite a bummer, you know, because this guy clearly wasn't himself. I don't know how he got to the stage he was at, but looking at him, he was just someone who needed a lot of help. So hopefully, as bad as this situation is, he can get help from it and he can clean himself up and come back down the beach one day and enjoy it for what it is, not cause any drama.
The man was charged at Bondi Police Station and is scheduled to appear in court.
Just another normal day at Bondi.
New recruit Andy has been a lifeguard for over 25 years, but this is his first season at Bondi.
Just got guys on my boat, just back here. Side,
But mainly, I think we just need to look out for those weak swimmers as the tide turns, especially when the sets come in and we start getting those little flash rips off the back of the bank. We try and encourage people to actually stand on the sandbank and keep their feet on the sand at all times. I think I can see a wave. Hand waving out there though. Hang on a sec.
There's a girl with his hand up, middle of the flags, out the back. Two in, like midway.
Long hair.
Yeah, a girl and a guy, he's waving.
Yes, central,
the Canada's flag, hands up in the middle.
Yeah, got him.
He's done.
Volunteer lifesavers rescued 2 swimmers near the shore as Andy heads for 2 others caught in the impact zone. In pounding surf, volunteer lifesavers rescued 2 people close to shore. As Andy heads for 2 more stuck in the impact zone.
I could see a set was coming, and I could see she was very distressed. She'd just been hit by the wave, and she'd just gone under the water. Okay, come on, grab the board, grab the board, grab the board. You're right, sweetheart. Settle. You're good. You're right. You're all right, we'll get some oxy. We'll get you up to the ATV, all right? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Most people do panic, and that's when they tend to swallow water, when they get distressed. Dates. You're all right. How you feeling now? How much water did you swallow?
Like,
a lot?
A lot. Like a lot of mouthfuls, like couldn't breathe, so it was really bad.
All right, we'll get you some oxygen on, all right?
14-year-old Chloe is from Sydney's inner west. The Oxyviver will increase oxygen saturation levels in her blood.
Chuck this on for me, all right? There you go. Just take some big deep breaths, all right? We had our eyes on you, and then I thought, oh, we've got to go in here and get you.
Yeah. We were just swimming between the flags. The current just kind of pushed me to the left a bit. There were big waves coming, so I tried to come up to breathe, and I swallowed a lot of water.
Jake, she's had some therapy. She should be fine. You all right? Yeah.
Thank you for that.
That's all right, no worries.
If he didn't come and save me, I probably would have been way out there. So, stay between the flags.
This season, the lifeguard roster is divided into 5 separate groups known as pods. An unexpected rivalry has developed between the pods.
There's been a lot of trash talk throughout the season.
Lately, things have started to get downright tribal. So, the pods are racing to see who has the fastest team.
Yeah, I'm frothing. I think we've got a pretty strong team.
To make things interesting, Bondi lifeguard Joel has invited along his brother Matt Bevilacqua.
I'm really keen to see how the lifeguards go. You know, there's so much skills there.
5 of Australia's top Ironmen and women will join a lifeguard team and compete in the race.
So the 5 teams are Mouse's pod.
Mouse's team take Matt Bevilacqua. Jake's team pick up TJ Hendy. Chapo's team have Ali Day. In Harry's team, Lana Rogers. The casuals have Jordan Mercer. Jake's pod are race favourites.
Got to be in it to win it.
The favourites for the wooden spoon, that's Chapo's pod.
If you're watching the Melbourne Cup, we'll be 100 to 1. 100 to 1.
But 100 to 1s do come in.
I actually looked around and said to the boys, where's the rest of the team? They said, nah, this is it.
So what we're doing is we're starting with a run, then we're going into a swim leg, a board leg, followed by another swim leg, a cool light leg, and then we're going to bring it home with a run. Ready, set, go!
Jethro's stumble at the start allows Tyson to take an early lead for Mouse's team.
Where's it going? It's Tyson!
But it's short-lived as Max puts Team Jake in front. The casuals move into second.
Pacey's gone.
Come on, tag your swimmers down through on the water's edge here. Get the tag.
The swim leg kicks off, with Wally hitting the water first for Team Jake. Though Wally must hold off Iron Woman Lana Rogers and Iron Man Matt Bevilacqua.
It's really tricky surf. We might get behind, but we have to be resilient and keep fighting no matter what.
Chapo's team unleashed their trump card, reigning Nutrigrain Ironman champion Ali Day.
Coming back, hopefully.
But after the run leg, he's starting more than 50 metres behind the pack.
But Ali's at the back, he's got a bit of work to do.
It's over there, dude. Told you it's tough.
After the run leg, Chapo's long shots are right where everyone expected, at the back.
He's better than the other boys.
As the swimmers round the buoy,
I think we're in the lead.
Wally leads for Team Jake.
Wally's got big, long, gangly arms, so...
But Matt Bevilacqua has closed the gap, putting Team Mouse into second.
That's Bevilacqua. We're going to come down to the catching waves in. Yeah. It's whoever holds the wave the longest.
As all 5 competitors make their way through the surf, Ali Day has not only closed the gap for Team Chapo, but now catches a wave.
You're back. You're a winner. He's coming back.
Showing incredible determination, he moves Team Chapo into a neck-and-neck battle for first place.
Ali Day from the back.
From the back, Ali's come up.
In the board leg, Jake deploys TJ Hendy against Gongs for Team Chapo.
Oh, look at the gods. They're gods.
Oh, you're right, Chapo.
Iron Woman Jordan Mercer goes off in 3rd place for the casuals.
Advice for the team, never give up, and it is not over until you cross the finish line.
And Jacko in 4th for Mouse's team.
Jacko's got some Queensland titles, he reckons. I don't know, we'll have to check in with his parents about this one.
TJ first.
Rounding the marker, TJ looks unstoppable.
It's TJ, Jacko. Looks like Jordan Mercer.
Now he needs a wave.
The surf is thumping onto a shallow sandbank. The first victim is Gonz.
Oh, Gonz!
Then Jordan Mercer. Finally, Jacko.
Jacko!
The race is now a war of attrition. Bondi's Lifeguards are holding their first ever teams race. Each team has been allocated 1 Ironman or Ironwoman to compete. But on the board leg, one wave claims 3 victims simultaneously. Making it through unscathed, Ironman TJ Hendy puts the race favourites, Team Jake, even further ahead. Chapo's team struggle in last place.
The gods! Hey! He held on!
In the second swim leg, determined captain Jake extends his team's lead.
If you're not first, you're last, son.
Yeah, mate.
But there are still 2 legs left, and one is the Coolite.
Beauty, this is the most challenging leg, isn't it? The Coolite.
Coolites are foam surfboards made in the 1970s. Just balancing on one is an art form.
Just got to put your head down on those things and go. They're the worst things in the world to paddle. The race is won and lost on the Coolites, in my opinion.
Breaking through the relentless surf on Coolites is near impossible. Suddenly, the field evens out.
Oh, go! This is anyone.
Lockie's just punching through. He's got 2 more waves to get through, and I reckon he'll be in the lead.
Rounding the buoy, Jake's team drop back to 3rd. Thaddy takes Team Mouse into 2nd. And Lockie puts the casuals into the lead.
Go, Thaddy! Jake!
But it only takes one wave to change everything.
Here it is. You could all go pear-shaped again with the Coolite.
Oh, go! Go! Yes! Yes! There's a wave! There's a wave! Yeah, where? Oh! What happened? He won balls off it.
But he's on the next one.
A dark horse appears from the side.
Who was that? I can't tell.
I think that's Chapo.
I think that's Chapo. That's Chapo. Is it Chapo? Chapo just pulled one.
Team Chapo started the race as long shots.
Chapo just went in last and come out first.
Will's running. The Rhino's on the run.
Oh, Will!
Now, the final leg rests with Big Will, a.k.a. the Rhino.
Why is it rolling forward, mate?
Oh, it's not over yet.
Waiting in the wings is soft sand specialist Eddie.
Oh, yeah, you can catch him. Yeah. Go over there.
always funny watching me run full bore. I'm not majestic. I was just afraid one of them little Whippet looking bastards was going to catch me. Oh, Will's just got to bring it home.
As the ground turns to quicksand beneath Will's legs.
Oh, he's hitting the wall, he's hitting the wall. Look at Eddie coming home.
Eddie closes the gap.
Willie! Willie!
But can't catch Will, who delivers victory to Chapo's 100-1 underdogs.
Ollie's a champion and, you know, he did 2 legs for us, which helped a lot.
You know, obviously the racing we do is so different to that, and just being around, being in a team with those boys. We were 100-1 at the start. It's been such an enjoyable race, and yeah, just pumped. So fun.
Mouse's team finished second. The Casuals take third. Harry's team creeps into fourth. And race favourites, Team Jake, take home the wooden spoon.
We were up there for most of the race, and then we just sort of got unlucky in the last leg, which is unfortunate, but that's just how racing goes, mate.
Let's have beers!
Back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Australia's most popular beach is a magnet for swimmers. It's also a place where people can let their hair down. But for lifeguards, it's all about keeping their eyes on the water. An outgoing tide and solid swell have generated a fierce rip at Southend.
Well, we've got a board rider holding up a swimmer.
Oh, yeah.
Down the corner.
In south?
Yeah.
Baggers and Will are dispatched for the rescue. As they approach, a volunteer lifesaver swims out with a rescue tube.
Clubby's are heading out now. Yeah, copy.
It's Baggers and I driving down. I see a Clubby racing out just with the tube.
Oh, you're way out.
We got the board. We know that the right equipment will get the job done, and so I've jumped out and raced my way in. I know that I'm going to beat the Clubby, not that it's a race.
Hey, buddy. You all right? Bring your legs up. I'm actually very surprised.
Mo is a regular Bondi swimmer.
Oh!
But the rip took him and his friend Basil by surprise.
Oh, very rough, for sure. Pretty rough. Because the rip just keeps pushing you back, and then there's nothing you can do.
Now, the same rip has claimed an unlikely victim, the volunteer lifesaver.
Well, we just had a bloke get stuck. We brought him in, and one of Clubby got stuck out there.
When I got out to him, the rubber ducky was out there.
With experienced swimmers getting into trouble, alarm bells are ringing.
If locals and decent swimmers are getting rescued, it tells us that the beach is quite dangerous.
That's a horrible rip.
We've decided to stay and monitor that position because it was a problem area for us.
Moments later, Baggers and Will spot a boy struggling in the same rip.
So no sooner do you get to shore, you turn around and you're back out there again. It was relentless.
Jump on, you'll be all right.
12-year-old Tommy is another Bondi local.
Face that way.
It's the first time he's been rescued.
It was a torrent. It was a really thick, strong rip. Even strong swimmers can get caught in it.
I got sucked into the rip. It took forever to get in, and I was sort of just like stuck there.
It's just pushing you everywhere.
Next one's yours.
Yeah, there was just a lot of water pumping through the area, and we're just in and out constantly, you know.
Go, Baggers!
As the rip pulls harder, now a fourth swimmer is in trouble.
I'm trying to get my friend. Come on. Oh, thanks.
You're all right,
I'm trying to get my friend, and he got stuck in.
10-year-old Harper got into trouble trying to help his friend.
I was trying to get him. We were trying to paddle together because we were in a rip, so he paddled in, then I got stuck. Oh, that was the first time I've been rescued.
When we're rescuing locals and competent swimmers, you're definitely in a dangerous part of the day. God forbid, like a non-swimmer goes in there.
After all our rescues, we just decided enough's enough. We're not having anyone else swim here.
Yes, guys, come back to shore for us, please. You're right in the mouth of a rip there.
As the rip rages, lifeguards are desperate to keep swimmers out of the water. Not everyone is listening.
Hey, Baggis, you see that fella there?
What? Oh, yeah. Excuse me, if you go out like that way, you're not going to come in very well. Please, mate, make your way back to shore.
The swimmer continues to ignore lifeguards' instructions.
Okay. I'll let him go. Yeah, I'm letting him go. I'm letting him struggle.
When we tell people to move and they don't, it's frustrating because a lot of the time people don't understand or don't speak English, or sometimes people are quite arrogant and they think that they know their abilities better than what they are.
He's gone far out, Baggis.
As lifeguards, we can basically see a terrible swimmer before they hit the water, and unfortunately, people just don't want to listen.
Just wait. Just wait.
It's only a matter of time before the swimmer needs rescuing.
South Buggy to Central. I'm going to go out.
Yeah, probably, mate. I'll go out.
Here's that swimmer that we've already told, get out of the area, you're not competent, he needs rescuing. Nothing worse.
For frustrated lifeguards, yet another dangerous rescue in rough conditions.
I got clipped by a wave, I had a grommet surf into me. I got out to him and Pat, one of the local boys, was out there giving him a hand.
Hey, champion, what did I tell you? You don't want to listen.
Then they got pushed into me. The bloke came out laughing and I just...
Smile off your face, eh? Come here. Good. What that? Right now.
Your patience just gets cut pretty quickly with stuff like that when people don't listen.
The man appears unaware of the danger he was in.
It's not a wrong wave. Smile off your face. I told you down there you couldn't swim. Yeah. You mate. No, hey. I was talking. I said grab the flags. All right? I've got this one on the middle of the flag, that's why mate, there's no flags around. All right, you got to look. Yeah. Right? It's really dangerous. Yeah. Thank you.
It is easy to get frustrated. I think that's one of my biggest faults is I get frustrated quite easy with people not listening, and I know that they probably don't know. But in this case, I think just because everything went wrong from the get-go on that rescue, a bloke came out laughing and I just thought that was the end of it.
Meanwhile, Bondi's north end is protected from the swell and rips. It's a safe haven for families and children. But today, there's a different kind of danger.
Up north, or?
Yeah, up north. He's just been shouting at us and a couple other people, and young toddlers as well.
What does he look like?
He's got blue shorts on and grey shirt. And he pulled down his pants for some time.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Will is now stationed at the North Tower.
Central to north.
We've just got reports
Of a older man behaving kind of dangerous towards a couple young women.
He's pulled his pants down just in public. Yeah, copy that. We've got one.
It was a busy day. Anyone who's on this beach should feel safe and should feel, protected.
Well, we just started getting really nervous. He came really close to us and was trying to come to where we were sitting, so we left to come here.
They're pretty freaked out. As you can imagine.
Just sort of scanning, trying to find this person that fits the description. We just want to make sure everything's all right, make sure people are safe, people are happy. And if anything flares up, we've got the police just up the road.
Will's searching for him. Usually that kind of stuff would get reported to us, but we don't really have the powers to kick people off the beach. So yeah, we'd get the police down here. Yeah, at the moment, he's handling it on his own.
North Bondi to Central. Hey, I found the bloke. He's just in front of the gym here.
It was starting to get a little bit more aggressive. I think he started to notice that I was watching him.
In the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Yeah, copy, mate. He's not well. He's pretty all over the joint, so just gonna help him.
Will doesn't want to escalate the situation by approaching the man. Mounted police are already patrolling Bondi. Noah reports the incident.
Older bloke has supposedly dropped his pants. Hasn't been touching anyone, but he's just been a menace. Yeah, blue shorts, white collar shirt.
Down on the sand or on the promenade?
Just that kind of grassy patch north of the surf club.
Okay.
There were 2 police officers riding horses and they should be there quite soon.
Has it escalated?
The man has become increasingly agitated.
It was starting to get a little bit more aggressive. I think he started to notice that I was watching him. So I just wanted to know where the police were.
How you going through that these cops, mate?
So when the police arrived, he's stamping his feet around these horses. One kick from then and it's lights out. He was trying to spook the horses and he was getting more aggressive.
Police question him.
Throughout summer, we get a fair few people who aren't in the right headspace to be in big crowds. They don't come down to cause trouble intentionally. Unfortunately, that's just their state of mind and they can't help it.
Police issue the man with a move-on order.
Fortunately, the person can't help what they're doing. You don't know how someone's going to react who's not there mentally. So approaching situations like that with empathy, but with caution, I think it's the only way to go about it. Patience, empathy and caution.
All right, guys, no worries.
Thanks so much.
Talk to you later on.
Okay, that's done. Focus on the water now.
While most beachgoers are flat out chasing the sun, others are busy chasing thrills. And one location offers more thrills and spills than any other. Flat Rock.
I think it's because it's away from parents, so you can kind of be a little bit more reckless out there, away from prying eyes. Well, Flat Rock, whenever it's sort of a slight swell and a certain tide, it's packed out there. It's a melting pot of young testosterone and hormones, and you're going to be patching people up all day.
There's no mystery when 2 lacerated teenagers come to the tower.
They just take grooves out.
Like 3 or 4 huge waves just knocked us off our feet and just went us sending across the rocks.
Have a shower, mate, first, and then come back. And just get your mate to rub it all off. Come back.
Oh, I'm not touching you.
Before they came to Bondi today, Mum set one rule.
Oh, Mum said not to do that. That's the only thing she told me not to do, and I did it. Never going to hit it against my mum.
Irrigating the wounds with a saline solution helps minimise the risk of infection.
Wow.
It also stings.
You want to bleep it out.
That's all we can do. You just got to keep dressing it, keep it clean.
Worse than the pain is the prospect of a phone call back home.
Well, he would have been nervous to make the phone call with his mum. Just dial it like that. To tell you the truth, I just would have wore trackies and jumper for the next few weeks and not told her.
Hey, Mum, I don't want you to freak out or anything, but a lot of dumb decisions have happened today, and I just want to let you know that me and some friends went to the rocks and had a slide. Trust me, Mum, everything's fine. I just can't clench my fist.
Superficial, Mum, superficial.
Yeah. I'm going to be on Bondi Rescue, Mum. Yeah, I love you. I'm going home. I'm going to bed.
Sleep your life. Hey, boys. And not only one bad sleep, it'll be a week of bad sleeps because you'll sleep on a scab and you'll roll over and it'll stay on your sheet. And he didn't have any comfortable spots because it was all over him.
The power of the ocean is a thrill and a danger. Hitting a sandbank can have serious consequences. A report comes to the tower.
Yeah, middle buggy to central.
Yeah, we're coming up, but we got this dislocated shoulder. We need to call an ambulance. Wait.
Yeah, copy, mate. Give the ambulance call now.
Daniel dislocated his shoulder body surfing.
You got no medical issues? Not any medication?
On holiday from Victoria, Daniel has only been in Sydney for 2 hours. First stop was Bondi Beach.
How's the pain?
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. You want to sit down then? We're going to call the ambo.
He's out of the water, he's up.
It's definitely out. With dislocated shoulder, we monitor their pain. We assist them with pain, but we can't put them back in. We're not trained for that. How'd you do it?
Body surfing. Just got a big wave and just turned me over. And...
Oh, yeah, right. Just getting wiped out.
Very much.
Daniel's partner, Melissa, is pregnant. The couple are on a holiday before their baby arrives.
We always laugh at people that do it on TV. He always says, if we ever go there, I bet that's me because his shoulders are awful.
I don't get to the beach all that often.
Dislocated shoulders can cause intense pain. The green whistle provides temporary relief as paramedics attempt to put the shoulder back in.
So I was going to sit here and massage your arm for a while. It's usually your muscles that are keeping it out now.
I've seen a few. I've done it plenty of times myself. But the first one was the worst pain of my life ever. It stayed out for probably 2 hours and it constricts and gets worse and worse and nothing's comfortable. It's horrible pain.
Big breath in and hold it. 5. Big breath in.
So when you're dislocated shoulder, your muscles are protecting all the tendons and nerves around it. It's just tense, but for it to go back in, you need to relax.
Keep going with this one.
The paramedics using all these tricks in the bag, massage and different slow angles and breathing.
Actually, we'll try one more.
It's like a labour. You're trying to give birth to the arm going back in the socket.
Comfy?
The paramedics try yet another position.
There you go. All right.
Oh, no, it's still out.
Is it?
Since Daniel's accident, the pain has been intense.
I think that's slipping in and out. It's quite loose, so it keeps slipping out or getting very close. Not staying there, unfortunately.
So this poor paramedic, and the patient for that matter, has tried everything. When we can't get it in, he has to go to the hospital.
See you, mate. Thank you.
Daniel's shoulder was eventually put back in. He and his partner were able to finish their holiday. At Bondi, there's a never-ending search for new ways to enjoy the ocean. Jethro and Chase are ocean testing an experimental surf craft while they're off duty.
Safety testing is our #1 priority down here. Being on our day off, me and Chase thought there's no better time than to get that vessel in the water and to make it to shore safe. It is serious business. We've got helmets on, we've got all the safety gear that we could possibly have. You go one way or the other. On that particular day, the surf was pretty big. We weren't scared, but we were certainly a bit nervous. We didn't think during the first test we could launch it off the beach, and there were quite a few eyes on us, so we decided to take it out of the rocks and go for the rock launch. On that vessel the first time, that thing was wobbly as, mate.
That's so unstable. Oh my God.
The chair was too far back.
The weight distribution was all off. We had eyes on us. We were just capsizing left, right and centre. Drifting into the rocks too, and we were in danger of like getting smoked. Look at him. Once we crossed the first hurdle and we were out the back, me and Chase realised we were actually in quite a bit of trouble here.
Oh, they're in a good spot.
Right out the back, big surf. It's come to the point where we need to show that this vessel is in fact seaworthy and we need to get a bomb.
You what? I think we just have to commit, hope for the best.
They're going. They're going.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. You ready? Yep. Alrighty. Yep. Oh, yes!
Oh, they got him!
Just before glory was out.
No!
It was ours, we could see it. Boom. Complete destruction of the throne. Embarrassment, egos are in the water. Wasn't good. There are definitely some adjustments that have to be made. At the end of the day, I'm happy that my day off wasn't a waste. Yes, we did fail in the mission, but hey, that's what product testing is all about, and we'll go back to the drawing board.
The battle is lost,
Till next time.
but they live to try another day.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything's gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Just raise your hands and a lifeguard will come help. Further attention in the water, please. Stay far away from that northern corner.
We've got 10 new lifeguards this year. A lot of them have got experience from other lifeguard services. Of the 10 new lifeguards, only 2 have not had lifeguard experience, and that's Eddie and Max McGuigan. Max, he's a surf champion from Maroubra, so he's got a lot of good water skills.
Max's first rescue at the beginning of the season was a chance to prove himself. And not just to the other lifeguards.
Can't wait to tell my mum and dad. My dad didn't really care, but my mum was pretty happy with me. She was proud.
Several weeks later, and Max is now halfway through his first season.
One out the back.
But he's yet to be truly tested at Bondi.
Being my first season down Bondi, I just need to prove myself to all the older boys, and it is heavy because there's a lot of weight on my shoulders.
Mid-afternoon, and Max monitors the north end.
Yeah, mate, it's flying out. Yeah, I'm doing it, mate. I can see from here.
Experienced lifeguard Skeeny patrols the middle of the beach, 500 metres away.
This afternoon, we do have very, very tricky conditions. It's starting to go low tide now, so the water's really going to start running out through all these rips, and the rips are really strong today, so we'll see what happens. Might be a couple of little rescues on.
The north end is often safe for swimmers, but not today. Parallel to the rocks, a rip known as the Bondi Express is looking for passengers.
I was in the tower and I was just looking out, and there was this little girl, and she was in the rip and she was struggling.
Brother, it looks like the water is just rocketing through there. Yeah, I'm gonna jump out quickly.
Is Max going in? Yeah. Oh, it's a little girl as well.
Once the North Bondi Express gains momentum, it's impossible to swim against.
Hi, thank you so much.
Patrolling North Bondi alone, Max is responsible for the safety of hundreds of beachgoers. Within moments, he's back in the water.
Max is still out there, eh?
Gone again.
I got back and I was looking out in that rip to see if anyone was in it, and there was 3 people in there, and they were travelling really fast, so they were in a bit of trouble.
3 swimmers are 50 metres from shore and going out to sea.
He's got 3 on there, eh?
The north corner rip, it's just really deep, and the water, it's just flying out at the moment.
Central is skinny.
Yeah, go ahead, flags.
Just saw young Maxi back out there.
Yeah, I'll head down there now.
Deano and I, we've grown up around Maroubra. We're family friends, and he's taught me a lot. I'm definitely very close with Skeeny.
The speed of the rip is visible from the tower as Max and the 3 swimmers are swept further out.
Well, I knew I couldn't have all 3 of them on the board.
Oh, God. Put 2 on, hanging on. 3.
I just asked him if he was a good swimmer, and he said, yeah, he could manage himself, so he just swam off to the rocks. I just got the other 2 ladies, one on the front, one on the back.
He's gonna hellman it. I hope he hellman. He's going one at the front, one on the back.
The Hellman is a bold rescue manoeuvre for a first-year lifeguard.
So yeah, the Hellman is where you got one person on the front, like a normal rescue. You got a person on the back that you're going to hold with your legs so they don't fall off.
He's got the Hellman. I think Skeety's going to go help him anyway.
I just remember seeing Jethro do it one time. I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. And so yeah, I just always thought about pulling it off and proving to the boys, proving to Jethro that I can do it as well.
I thought when I was racing out there that I definitely would have been grabbing one of the patients, because when you get 2 people, it can be really tricky.
Loaded with 2 people, Max sets himself up for the return trip.
Oh, he might get this out.
To be honest, when that wave started to grow in front of us, the girls started like screaming a little bit. I was just going, oh no, it's fine, but in the back of my mind, I was semi going, oh no, myself.
Oh my God,
he's done it.
Oh my God, he's done the Hellman.
Yes, mate. I'm trying to race out, and here comes Max doing the Hellman, coming down a wave with a smile from ear to ear.
Like, I'm Skeeny, I just let him go. That was all time.
Seeing Skeeny flying out, and he was going, you want me to take one? I was like, nah, mate, I've got this, eh?
Empty-handed, Skeeny checks no one else is in trouble.
Yeah, in a way I got snubbed, but it was a good snubbing.
Well done, Maximus. Well done.
We were just swimming and then we were chatting and we got caught in a rip, and that was how easy that was to happen. I'm never going to go into a rip again.
Blokes with years of experience wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Throw one on the front, one on the back, leg lock and paddle in.
Yeah.
Killed it, mate. That was unreal. Max is one of those kids, I've known him since he was about 6 years old, and what he just done, it was a real good effort. I was proud of him. Oh, nice to see you.
New lifeguard Coops wasn't sure what to expect when he started at Australia's most celebrated beach.
I'm new to Bondi, but I've heard a lot of celebrities come down here to the beach. Over the years, we've had Paris Hilton, Snoop Dogg, Zac Efron, Mr. Bean, David Hasselhoff, Heidi Klum.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at her.
As a crowd rushes to take photos on the shoreline, it seems like Bondi's latest celebrity visitor has arrived.
In the summertime, that is where I'll be.
When I saw a crowd form on the beach, I was wondering, who must this be?
You won't see today's celebrity on the cover of any magazines, but he does have a famous name.
This is Hefner.
Hefner? Like Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, well, his mum's name was Playgirl, so he got Hefner.
2-year-old alpaca Hefner lives up to his name with the ladies and looks great in any selfie.
That's not my first alpaca I've seen, but it's definitely the first one I've seen on a beach.
It's so random. Bring more, I say. Bring the herd.
Herd? That was alpacas, that they called.
Maybe it's a pack of alpacas.
Hefner lives on a farm 3 hours south of Sydney. He's visiting Bondi on a day trip. Kids love him. And dogs, curious.
I see a lot of unusual things down at Bondi, so it never really surprises me what you see day in, day out down here.
People will come to Bondi from all over the world hoping to learn how to surf.
Collision! Oh!
But sometimes the dream comes crashing down. On an overcast day, a handful of surfers tried their luck in messy conditions. On the shore, a surfer has been reported in severe pain.
We saw a few surfers waving their hands down the beach, so me and Reidy jumped in a buggy and we drove down to South Bondi, and there we found a young Korean surfer who heavily injured his leg while trying to learn how to surf.
We'll just take the weight, we'll lift you up. You just put any pressure on it at all?
Oh!
Yeah. It's all right. We'll just try and just
thank you.
Evan is on a working holiday from South Korea. Learning to surf in Australia has been a lifelong dream.
Thank you so much, guys.
He had his first lesson yesterday. Today, he tried surfing unassisted.
It was pretty rough, pretty dangerous surf. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite the day of learning how to surf at Bondi.
You all right?
Hey, essentially, if you want to get some ice and the bed ready, we're just going to bring him up and have a bit of shower.
Whether or not Evan's surfing dream is over will be determined by the extent of his injury.
Can't put any weight on it? Just a little bit.
We decided we would just rest him for 20 minutes because that's usually a pretty telling sign when you have fresh injuries.
We'll chuck that on you to keep you warm. Thank you so much. No worries, mate. So yeah, 20 minutes and then we'll have a look again.
Thank you.
So you've lost a fin. Yeah.
This is my fault. I was just trying to practice by myself, but it was just kind of accident to go far. I'm a working holiday visa, so surfing is really big thing in Australia. So I wanted to learn surf before I come back to my country, and it happened.
We get a lot of international tourists who just want to, tick the bucket list that they've surfed at Bondi Beach.
In Korea, there are no beach for the surfers, just only one. So this is my opportunity for learning surfing. I love it. Even though I'm not good at surfing.
Evan must go to hospital for scans.
Would you like us to call you an ambulance?
But getting there poses a problem.
No, I don't have insurance. Maybe I need to come back to my hospital, maybe take a rest. I think I need to go to the medical center, but I don't have insurance. That's a really big problem for me.
On his own in a foreign country, this injury could be the end of Evan's dream trip to Australia.
Maybe I need to come back to my country. Maybe. That is the worst situation, the worst.
And he chose to he got no insurance, so he chose to get to the hospital himself. You all right? I hope your knee gets better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good luck with it, Ev.
So the last we saw of Evan, he was hobbling down the promenade after his surfing accident. We tried to reach out to Evan a few times to see what had happened to him, but unfortunately his number was disconnected. We couldn't find him. So Evan, if you're watching this, mate, come back down to Bondi and we owe you a surfing lesson.
The beach is a place where things are lost.
I just want to check your lost and found. Yeah, what have you lost? Sunglasses.
It's also a place where things are found. Whether it's a wedding ring,
Finally turned up.
a wallet,
Thank you very much.
or even a grandchild.
She was a bit worried about you.
Anytime something goes missing, a beachgoer's first port of call is the Lifeguard Tower.
We left a shirt with some khaki on the beach.
Might wrapped up in that. Have you got a spare key inside? Oh no.
Uni students Xana and Bella are regular Bondi surfers.
Well, we just came down for a surf and had our keys and a bit of jewellery and extra shirt on the beach and came back and it's gone, unfortunately. They've been stolen.
The thief has Xana's car keys. Eddie points out that they may be used to get into the car.
Can you see a car from here?
Because he could just be walking up and down, trying to open different cars to break in. Having grown up in Bondi, I totally know how easy it is to lose things down here and the amount of thieves that do get around.
Xana and Bella must stake out the car to make sure the thief doesn't steal that as well.
Wrapped the car keys in a shirt and it's gone.
So the girls don't know who's got their key and they're really worried about their car either getting stolen or broken into. He could just be walking up and down, trying to open different cars to break into.
Our plan now is watch the car, see if anything kind of happens, if anyone tries to unlock it or whatever. There is no spare keys. Unfortunately, that was my only key,
While Xana and Bella are in a world of pain, just behind the car park, Finnish techno fan Jyrki doesn't have a worry in the world.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, well, I'll see you soon.
Xana and Bella may need to have their car towed so it isn't stolen. When roadside assistance arrives, the news isn't good.
Well, we can't tow it.
Can't tow it?
It's locked. Door electronically shifted.
Okay.
Maybe the girls are going to have to set up a tent just here for the weekend and just watch their car the whole time.
We try to. Yeah, we try to open it. Yeah. It makes no difference if they have my key. Yeah, there's nothing in it. Yeah.
If the car can't be towed, perhaps the valuables can be retrieved.
You know what?
No.
Best option, you get Audi on you Monday, Tuesday. So they've got their security keys and they can unlock it and then, go from there.
The guy who came to help us has said that unfortunately the car is deadlocked, so we can't get our stuff out. It can't be towed because of the way it's been locked, the wheels won't roll. So it's gonna have to stay here until somebody from the dealership can come and get it. It sucks, but what can you do?
Just as Xana and Bella are faced with monitoring the car all weekend, a family approaches the tower.
Hey mate, thank you very much. Oh, wow.
There's a key in there.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Eddie.
That's so...
What do we got?
Because the girls are looking.
Yeah,
the only key they have. That'll be stoked.
Thank you guys so much.
Where'd you find it? I know, someone make a mistake to put it in our place. Oh. We're asking all the friends, is there any shirt? And they say no.
Oh, mate, thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Right, see you later. Go, Eddie. Come on.
Oh, you're kidding.
Keys and shirt. There we go.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah. My theory on what happened is that someone has picked up your shirt thinking there might be valuables in there. They've stolen them. And then they've walked, you had some jewelry in your pocket. And then they realised that the key is useless to them, so they've just walked down the beach and dumped the shirt and the key in someone else's bag.
I'm grateful to that family, whoever they are, if they're watching.
Good one.
No worries, thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah. You've made a big difference to my week. Oh.
And what's the lesson Xana has learned from this sorry tale?
Get a second key.
Performing rescues in the surf, lifeguards must deal with unpredictable conditions. Capsizing is not in the textbook, nor is the dreaded nosedive. But all too often, it's the people they rescue that prove to be the most unpredictable. Today, Gons has spotted a young boy being helped by a surfer.
I look down south and there's a little kid who's he's got washed off the bank. So I've raced down there.
Oh my God, that's pretty bad.
It looked pretty urgent when I first seen it because he's been washed off, he's only young.
Yeah, we're coming and get you. Relax.
Thanks, mate.
Once handed over by surfers,
You want to jump on here, mate?
11-year-old Jad should be a straightforward rescue.
I used to surf. Did ya? Did you learn how to swim? Yeah, we're paddling back in, and then this kid just does something I haven't really seen before.
He's trying to stand up. Here he goes.
All of a sudden, he just stands up on my board and starts surfing into the beach, and
Go, son.
he had a good ride. It was a good wave, really good wave.
Jad makes a serious situation fun, but also learns a valuable lesson.
I tried my best to go on the shore, but I couldn't make it. So I needed help.
Pretty rare to happen, but yeah, you know, he wanted to have a bit of fun on the way back in, and it was probably a 10-point ride.
What's in it? What's that?
Kids are among the biggest fans of Bondi's lifeguards.
And I'll come back and check on you, okay?
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Today, 9-year-old Azza from Western Sydney is desperate to meet his hero.
My favourite lifeguard is Mario. He's very lovable. When something happens, he makes sure everyone's okay, and it's making me want to become a lifeguard.
Azza and his family have driven an hour to come to Bondi.
To go to the lifeguards. That's one day you'll be doing that, Azza.
It's my job.
It's your job, your dream job, yeah?
In quarantine, when I started watching Bondi Rescue, I've been addicted to it. I'm watching every single episode, the Bali episodes, all of them.
Little Azza doesn't know it yet, but Mario's heard that his biggest fan is on the beach.
I got to know there was a fan, a kid, really keen to meet me. I thought to surprise him. How are you? Yeah, good. You? Nice to meet you. Yeah. I'm embarrassed. Heard you're a big fan of me.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Mario, we must.
This is my dream job, to become a lifeguard here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Come down anytime and train with us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the goal, that's the plan.
This is my job, you know, I don't doing for anything else. Suddenly, like, someone really wants to meet you. Yeah, it's cool.
1, 2, 3, cheers!
Enjoy your day. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Mario.
Azza never expected he would meet his idol.
What just happened? You just saw Mario. I'm really speechless, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, I can't say anything. I have no words to describe what just happened.
It's good, eh? It's worth coming to Bondi today.
It was.
Special day.
Back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where
Bondi's outdoor gym is a place to hang out, sculpt the body beautiful, or just strut your stuff. But being strong and buff often doesn't count for much in the ocean. Clint identifies a man stuck in a rip, struggling to reach the shore.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Just nobody swimming in this area, please. Just if you can, just float your way back into shore, nice and calm.
Whether he's just a bad swimmer or suffering a lot of fatigue, he was trying to make his way in, but inevitably going backwards.
If you want me to come get you, just put your hand up.
The man's friend watches on.
I was on the megaphone telling him to raise his hand, let me know if you need help. He just gave me nothing. He could definitely hear me.
Despite Clint's instructions, the man refuses to put his hand up.
So I was just sitting there scratching my head, not really knowing what to do. Here at Bondi, we get multiple language differences.
It soon becomes clear this is not a language problem.
I heard his mate next to me, he can understand English.
Put your hand up.
All of a sudden, he started to panic a little bit, started going down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go grab this guy.
He's struggling. He's out of breath.
And it went from just nearly having a laugh at this guy to like, systems go, I better get to him quick.
After this wave, I'll grab you, okay? Hold on.
When I got to him, he was in a bit of a shock. He was actually like, thank God that you're here.
Wait. Yep. Now pull yourself up. Catch your breath. Then we're going to face forward, okay?
He was really out of breath.
So when you can, jump up and hold on like this.
He must be exhausted. He can't even get on the board. He's not in a good state, I don't think.
big fella.
So just pull yourself up, face the front.
The lifeguard board is 3 metres long.
Yep, now slide back towards me.
Yet, the man makes it look relatively small.
When a guy that big and who's clearly that strong, he could have picked me up and thrown me across the room if he wanted, but when I got to him, he had absolutely nothing in him, so yeah, I had to be the muscle man that day. But I don't think he would have lasted much longer if I hadn't got to him in the time that I did.
Originally from Britain, Daryl is a bricklayer who now lives in Bondi. He is a heavyweight patient brought in by a featherweight lifeguard.
Yeah, the rip will take you back out otherwise.
I didn't even know how far out I was going. He's not used to the waves and the currents, really. Yeah, he's from England. There's no beaches back home where he is.
Daryl's gym buddy Drew managed to swim in on his own.
All right, you'll be good here, buddy.
Thank you.
You're all right.
I didn't go that far out. I know what it's capable of, the rep, you know.
Yeah, you just got to watch this area. It's like this whole rip here, and if you do get into trouble, just put your hand up, we'll come grab you. Yeah, right.
Not used to the waves and the
currents. I'm not used to the waves and the currents, that's all I can say. Just went a bit panic stations, really. And I didn't realise how far out I was. Like, yeah, it's weird.
Daryl is 6'6" and sculpted in the gym, but being ripped didn't help him when he was caught in a rip.
I think I ran out of energy halfway. I thought I was going to drown. Like, genuinely. Oh, yeah. Not a good swim, really.
Embarrassment comes into play quite a lot, especially with some of the guys who are quite muscular and good looking, and some of the girls are like that as well. But we always stress it. If you're in trouble, A, relax, B, raise your hand. If he had raised his hand straight away, I would have been straight out there to get him, and it wouldn't have got to the point where it did.
It isn't just the water where visiting Brits find trouble at the beach.
We just come to Bondi to swim, but it didn't really go as planned because the waves are very powerful. And so we came out and tried to keep ourselves occupied by digging a hole.
It's just what we do on the weekends.
Let's go, man. What have you done? It's all right. Well, the sun as well.
Whenever something strange is happening at Bondi, Bondi's strangest lifeguard, Harries, is never far away.
Give me pina coladas. Cross here. This is true social distancing. What you're going to do is drop a couple of drinks off to keep you hydrated. All right. You're the face of Bondi now.
As well as saving lives, Harries fancies himself as an expert in beach science.
Is there much pressure? Because a metre squared is 1 ton. Yeah, so it doesn't look like much. So, you know, when people dig out 2 metres squared, it's, you know, yeah.
In order to save swimmers, lifeguards often put themselves in harm's way. When things go wrong, the situation becomes even more dangerous. On a relatively quiet day at Bondi, Baggis identifies a solo swimmer caught in a rip.
I'm in the tower and I glass a guy, binoculars, and you just know straight away I have to run. It's not like explaining to everyone else where it is, it's an emergency, you go.
Racing to the shore, Baggis notices volunteer lifesavers from Bondi Surf Club already on the scene.
By the time I got down there, Clubby had already gone out. So he actually beat me to the patient, which was good because he kept the guy upright momentarily before I came out.
The volunteer lifesaver has swum out with a rescue tube, a yellow flotation device with ropes attached.
Tubes are really good first responders. They basically just keep the patient upright. It's very hard to complete a rescue with a tube, and it's sort of just a temporary relief before the cavalry arrives.
That's it. You're all right. Thank you, mate.
As the man scrambles onto the board, it becomes clear he's tangled in the rope connected to the rescue tube.
That tube became a big hindrance because it was like a fishing net, all tangled around. The patient had it around his neck. It was actually making the situation worse.
Worse still, The volunteer lifesaver is attached to the other end of the rope.
In the summertime, that is where I'll
The Clubby, he was all tangled and so he was really distressed as well.
It was pretty horrific. There was a lot of panic in both the people's eyes at that stage. And then I noticed a blue board coming out. I think it's one of my colleagues, but I don't recognise him.
An off-duty volunteer lifesaver has come to help using a spare lifeguard board from the beach.
The guy who swam out with the tubes getting rescued.
Is this his jog or what?
He was coughing up, he was vomiting water, and the tube was wrapped around his body.
An exhausted patient tangled in ropes. This is not a textbook rescue.
I want him on the board so I can untangle him with a bit more stability. He jumps on, shifts his weight. Gone, capsized.
A capsized board normally spells more trouble, but this time, Baggis gets a lucky break.
Believe it or not, capsizing's in our favour. He's untangled, miraculously.
I was about to drown. These guys are heroes. It wasn't deep at all. It just pulled me away, you know? I got really close to God.
Off-duty volunteer lifesaver Jesse was walking past when he saw the situation unfolding.
It can happen very quickly that someone can drown. It's just 10 seconds, you know? And that guy was in a very heavy rip there, so it could have been very serious.
That was just one of those ones, he'd drown for sure, 100%.
The rescue victim may now be safe, but he's a little confused about who the camera crew are.
I did promise my family I'll be on the Bondi Rescue. Same thing, yeah? I just wish it was outside at Bondi, bro. You guys be there tomorrow?
Be here tomorrow?
Nah, at Bondi.
Oh, we're at Bondi now.
And then it's Coronola?
No, this is Bondi Beach.
Serious?
Yeah, this is Bondi Beach.
Thought he was in Cronulla. That's a 30-kilometre, different train lines and everything. Like, that's a... He's way off course.
Were you supposed to be at Cronulla?
Yeah, bro.
You okay, mate?
Yeah, thanks.
So I thought my wife was bad with directions. That is, like, next level.
As a city beach, Bondi attracts a party crowd.
Top of the morning!
But some visitors can't quite tell when the party is over.
And those two, they're up there drinking something, some white spirit.
Reidy and I could see the two girls having a world of fun on their own. We could definitely tell that they were very, very drunk.
Off the beach.
Yeah. Well, just make sure they're okay.
Oh, that's why I've been keeping an eye on them. Like, they're not doing anything.
Anyone in that state could be easily taken advantage of. You know, like they could walk off and not realise how far they've gone from their belongings. You know, their bags might get stolen or they might go swimming and get into trouble quite easily. Really, really dangerous.
Emma, you got someone that can pick you up?
Yeah, we're probably going to take a boyfriend.
Can I talk to him?
Yeah, there we are.
Hey mate, how are you? It's Andrew. I'm one of the lifeguards down here at Bondi. Are you right to come and pick the girls up?
I'm already on my way. I'm 40 minutes away.
Okay, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound happy.
Oh, no, baby, get out. Get out, baby.
No, he's 40 minutes away, so... Tight. Maybe get some of that water into you.
Huh?
Water.
Alcohol?
No, I can't give you a hug.
How'd they get in?
I don't know. It's funny, but like once you become a parent, now I'm like going, oh, mate, they're someone's kids. Like,
Oh, 100%.
And I just want to make sure they get home all right.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Alcohol is banned on Bondi Beach. Reidy disposes of the contents in a nearby bottle.
How are we feeling?
Yeah, all right. Can I take a selfie with you boys?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you where's the guy picking you up?
No, man.
You're my boyfriend.
I'm your boyfriend?
Yeah.
No, I'm not your boyfriend.
I want your mate. You're gorgeous, mate. You're gorgeous. And he is gorgeous, isn't he?
He is. He's a very attractive man.
And look, anyone's probably gorgeous behind those inebriated eyes, so I'll take that as a compliment, I think.
Hello.
I'm gonna go.
Is he coming? Is he close?
I don't know. Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
20 minutes later, and their ride home is yet to arrive. Reidy and Corey monitor one of the women walking off alone.
I was telling them to get split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were worried that one of the girls was walking off. Once someone's out of sight, you just don't know where they've gone. And if they're that drunk, they may not find each other again. Our main concern was that the girls don't get taken advantage of.
I've still got stuff down there. Yeah, their shoes. There's no way there's shoes in her bag. Do you want to go down to her? I might go get this stuff. Come on.
We've got to make sure something and someone is going to come and help these girls.
While Reidy gathers the women's belongings, Corey tries to keep track of the pair, also talking to the boyfriend who's just arrived to pick them up.
Just go behind the Lifeguard Tower on the road, please.
Yeah, too easy, too easy.
I've got to do another lap.
Yeah, okay, mate.
One of the women is spotted inside the public bathroom.
He's meeting us on the road. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Getting two drunken people to go into a car, nightmare. It was like rounding up wayward sheep. It was a nightmare. One of the boyfriends was pretty frustrated because he'd been circling around for about half an hour trying to find where they are. One phone's dead and the other one was just crazy going off, like on the drink. Please get in the car. Just please get in the car. You'll be right. You'll be right. Just please get in the car.
Finally, the women's lift home has arrived.
It's not really a part of our job description, caring for people that are in that state of vulnerability, but who doesn't want to help someone get home safely? That's probably one of the biggest things that the lifeguards down here really do, and probably around the world, is make sure that their patrons come and have fun and get to go home safely at the end of the day. All in an interesting day's work.
On a classic Bondi day, Fatty, Hoppo and Baggis are on tower duty when an unusual report comes in.
Yeah, okay. Oh, no worries. We'll just send someone down and have a look. Yeah. Easy. No worries.
An older man is lying on the beach, motionless.
What was it? Someone passed here.
See that guy in the blue shorts, like, just straight through there, like he's in a weird sort of a fetal position.
Years earlier, a similar situation faced by lifeguards ended in tragedy.
I might just walk down there, eh? He said he's been like that for a while.
That's like 1 year ago.
Yeah, I know the story. Yeah, as I'm approaching this guy, unfortunately, the thought that first came into my head was a story I've heard down here of one of the lifeguards about 10 years ago, approaching a guy on the beach in a similar situation and he was dead.
He may only be sleeping, but the man's body position is making Fatty nervous.
Yeah, I was approaching this guy. Unfortunately, the thought that first came into my head was a story I've heard down here of one of the lifeguards about 10 years ago, approaching a guy on the beach in a similar situation and he was dead.
Looks like an older guy. Yeah, just in an awkward position, I think. Well, so he's moved his head.
He was having the best nap ever. I can't believe he called his nap.
Yeah, I couldn't win. The worst result was he was dead and had to deal with that terrible situation. The better result, which is still not a good result, is I wake up a guy having to sleep on the beach. So, yeah, I was in a bit of a pickle, really.
Fatty, why'd you wake him up from his nap?
Yeah, he was filthy. His words were quite nice, but the look he gave me was just daggers. He really wasn't impressed.
He was just in the middle of just a perfect afternoon nap and Fatty woke him.
Yeah, we get some funny jobs down here and some stuff that definitely falls out of the lifeguarding realm.
He's bumming. He's just in a bag.
He's on his lunch break. He's like, oh, my lunch break, we've still got 20 minutes left. I was like, so sorry to wake you up. It's what makes it interesting, the ones that just come out of you out of nowhere. So they're different.